हेलो हिमांशु भाई, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको?
that needs to be advertisement this year, Lordship. Notification issued by the respondent that needs to be advertised has been carried forward to next year. It is pending, Lordship. Soon they are going to conduct exam, Lordship. Nothing June they are now going to conduct exam, Lordship.
Make a mention after vacations. 29 June है ना? Make a mention after the vacation. Then what the roster will be. किस post की लड़ाई है?
HS. वैकेंसी जी वो कैरी फॉरवर्ड कर दी गई थी बोर्ड ऑफ एक्सेलेरेशन को, जबकि एज पर द नोटिफिकेशन इशूड बाय द रिस्पोंडेंट कि हमारे को देनी चाहिए थी कि नेक्स्ट ईयर, और वो नेक्स्ट ईयर मतलब 22 में। I have already filed the application.
File an application and make a mention after the vacation, है ना? Wait till then. Mahinder,
with your permission, my lord, may I make a mention in the pending matter, my lord. My lord, my writ petition is, my lord, to direct the respondent to make construct a retaining wall, my lord. Now the MC Shimla has been issue a letter to vacate the premises, my lord, within the site, my lord. So, for that purpose, I filed that is under objection is also being moved. So tomorrow, my lord. Yesterday, sorry.
hello.
Please, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Matters are covered under full Sharma lordship. These are the covered matter lordship and matter. Hanji. No, lordship. These are the mentions lordship. Covered under the Atul Sharma judgment lordship. पुराने cases pending cases 24 के. तो and these are the cover matter into a subsidy company subsidy matters. Full lordship. These are 4 matters. Lordship.
These are the condemned cases. Because we want to withdraw the case. Your Lordship, these are condemned cases, and here's the matter. Order passed by. These are the that the land was taken, but it was not. 2-3 installments were paid, but it was taken back, and therefore they were not able to represent their case. These all are covered matters. They may be allowed to make representation.
That interest of justice would be served in case this petition is by granting liberty to the petitioner to make a representation to the authority concerned. That is respondable.
4 to 7. 4 to 7. Respond number 4 to 7. 4. I'm sorry. 4. Respond number 4.
Accordingly, the petitioner is disposed of without any observation on the merit. In the event of any representation being filed by the petitioner to respond of 4 weeks from today, let the same be decided in accordance with law by adhering to the principles of natural justice within 12 weeks as from the date of this.
Lordship, my presence for respond number 8, Lord. Respond number 8. My presence for respond number 8.
दिया करो ऑर्डर लिखाते हुए कल तो कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटी से पूछ लिया करो कि ऑर्डर में लिखाना क्या है पूछ के बता दिया करो मैं को पूछ लिया करेंगे आपके ठीक है ऑर्डर चेंज तो नहीं इसका ऑर्डर किया ना राजा कहीं चेंज तो नहीं करनी है पूछ के बता देना साइन करने से पहले ना ठीक है वो यस तो कर दो
Grateful, Lordship. Lord, my petition challenging the order of preventive detention, Lord, that has been issued by the Additional Chief Secretary Home, Lord. That,
what is the ground?
Lord, there are 3 submissions, my Lord. One, my Lord, the order is primarily on the basis that the petitioner before your Lordships continues to.
I already dismissed a petition like this yesterday.
My Lord.
Now, उसमें उनकी कंटेंशन थी कि जी ग्राउंड्स ऑफ अरेस्ट हमारे को नहीं
My Lord.
अकॉर्डिंग टू मी एनेक्चर पी विल बी ग्राउंड्स ऑफ अरेस्ट
My Lord.
बात होगी नाउ इफ यू आर एग्रीड बाय दिस ऑर्डर व्हाई डोंट यू चैलेंज इट अंडर द प्रोविजंस ऑफ 3 यू हैव अ राइट टू चैलेंज इट प्लीज सी द एक्ट जनरल एनडीपीएस एक्ट कौन सा काइंडली रीड सेक्शन 3
My Lord. For the purpose of clause 5 of article 22 of the constitution, the communication to a person detained in pursuance of a detention order of the grounds on which the order has been made shall be made as soon as may be after detention, but really not later than 5 days, and in exceptional circumstances, and for reasons to be recorded in writing not later than 15 days from the date of detention. So, my lord, it has to be supplied immediately or after 5 days. Or, my lord, that ground, even if that ground goes, my lord will consider only one ground. The primary basis of issuing this order is that he continues to indulge himself in the NDPS activities. Lord, my submission is there are 4 cases that are mentioned in the order only, Lord, and he has been granted bail by competent courts of law, my lord. Once the courts which have the jurisdiction, my lord, once and he indulges himself in similar activities, my lord, proper course or the legal course, in my humble submission, would be to file cancellation applications, my lord.
If your argument is accepted, then this act becomes OTU. What is the purpose of this act? Why don't you challenge the validity of the act?
Lord, but in this particular case,
Why don't you challenge the validity of the act? You see, under this particular act, who can be detained under preventive detention? Someone who is teasing the girls on the mall road, or someone who is committing theft. This power can be invoked against whom?
my lord, person indulging in illicit,
Indulging in NDPS, then the argument is without any basis.
Lord, in illicit activities, if there was an instance,
Challenge the violation of the act. The officer concerned, he has invoked his powers as they stand conferred under the act. As they stand conferred under the act. How can you challenge the authority of the officer? You see, order can be bad. Order can be bad. You can demonstrate that the order has been passed without any genesis. आप बोलोगे कि जब मेरे पास last case मेरे against FIR रजिस्टर एनडीए केस की, उसके बाद मेरी हिस्ट्री देख लो, मैं तो सवेरे 5 बजे उठ के मंदिर में बैठ जाता हूँ, रात को 11 बजे तक भजन कर 11 बजे सीधा घर जाके सो जाता हूँ. इनको पूछो मैंने कब इंडल्ज किया. That is a separate argument, but you can't challenge the basis of issuance. That is a statutory power conferred, sir.
But that is
the violation of the act.
No, that will be one of the arguments, my lord. But my lord, my humble submission is, for the invocation of the act would be invoked only, my lord, in case there is a lack of jurisdiction.
Are you alleging men of IDs?
Lord, for that, my lord, for a moment, my lord.
If it says some personal acts to grind.
Lord, for a moment, if your lordship will consider. On this very ground, lord, I am relying upon para 21.
Notice reply in 4 weeks.
Let them be. I am okay.
3 महीने तक खींचते हैं इसको तो ऐसे खत्म हो जाएगा.
Let there be an actual date, not that is what I was saying.
Actual date दे दो 32 जून. दिन आई साल आएगी देख लीजिए. We'll see it after 3 weeks. Actual date देंगे आपको.
Lordship, the petitioner hospital is empaneled under Himcare and Prime Minister Jan Arogya Yojana. And as per the scheme, cashless treatment has to be provided to the beneficiary of the scheme. The hospital provided the cashless treatment and submitted the bills. The bills have been approved, but they are not making the payment. And
notice 2 weeks. ये 4 के लिए कौन होगा?
आप इसके लिए मैं 2 के लिए 4 के लिए स्टेट ही है जी.
आप एक और आप किसके लिए?
Respondent number 2
Union of
India. 2 के लिए 4 के लिए कौन होगा?
4 के लिए स्टेट ने ली है कॉपी because they are through special secretary.
Okay. 1, 2 and 4 state ये. Learned additional to have instruction.
Because they approved everything but not.
Kulwant Singh Gill. Yes, Gill sir. Yes, please. GMT solutions. Kalwada order. इसमें 3 मैटर कल का ऑर्डर ले लेना अंदर से। संध्या देवी, यस प्लीज। अजय सिपैया, गौरव भारद्वाज, तरुण मेहता। ऐसा बार को गलत इंप्रेशन तो नहीं चलाएगा कि मैं जा रहा हूं। कोई आई नहीं रहा केस करने अपने। यस प्लीज।
Your Lordship, pass over the matter.
आपका ही केस है हजूर।
Yes, can you by senior counsel will argue this matter? In this matter, a revision petition application was filed by the respondent in the year 2002. Thereupon, Assistant Collector First Grade in 2005 he approves the mode of partition. Thereupon, on 6th May 2005, the objection was filed that the partition was not affected with regard to the partition. On 18th May 2005, the Assistant Collector, by order dated 18th May 2005, brushing aside the objections filed by the petitioners, this is the first illegality in the chain of justice. Thereupon, on 30th June 2010, the petitioner being aggrieved by the order prefers an appeal under Section 14 before the London Subdivision Officer. However, this appeal was dismissed by the subdivisional magistrate. Thereupon, the petitioner invoked the revisional jurisdiction before the Divisional Commissioner Mandi. At that relevant point of time, under Section 17, there was a revision jurisdiction with the Divisional Commissioner as well as Financial Commissioner. In the meanwhile, in the year 2022, there was an amendment in the Act. As per that amendment, exclusive jurisdiction with the revision was given to the Financial Commissioner. After this amendment in the Parent Act, the state comes up with the notification. There where the issue arises, my lords. On 8/8/2022, one notification was passed as per which the revision jurisdiction was given to the Divisional Commissioner with regard to the pending matters. We say after the amendment in the Parent Act, he had become functus officio. The notification, your lordship, is at
Milord. Page 48.
Yes.
The Governor Himachal Pradesh at the bottom is pleased to confer the power of Financial Commissioner Appeals upon Divisional Commissioner Kangra at Dharamsala under Section 28 of the Himachal Pradesh Revenue Act to adjudicate upon all revision petitions instituted before them under Section 17 before commencement of the Act. But the only question for your lordship's consideration is, under administrative law, the delegation of a power. Can a notification take away from the principal provisions of the Act? That's the question. And even if it is, then it should have been transferred.
Let us see the Act.
Malad. Section 17, Malad. I have one copy. May I just read for your lordship? Power to Section 17.
Sir, it can. There is a. You see, the principal secretary has exercised this power. Section 28 of the Act. Section 28 gives this power.
Section
28 of the Act.
28.
Notification. Your instructing counsel has not imparted correct instruction. Section 28 में उसने Section 28 की power invoke की है. Section 28 says the state government may by notification confer on any person all or any of the powers of Financial Commission. So the notification is a statutory notification.
Just take it after 2 days.
2 दिन के बाद 10:35.
नहीं 2 दिन के बाद नहीं, 1 हफ्ते के बाद.
नहीं रोस्टर बदल जाएगा.
नो ऐसे नहीं, बदमाशी नहीं.
आपने जो बोला आपके मुंह से पहला वाक्य ब्रह्म वाक्य निकला.
डकैती करेंगे जी, चोरी नहीं करेंगे. डकैती करेंगे, चोरी नहीं करेंगे. परसों नहीं, मेरे को कहीं जाना है प्लीज. मैं वो ओल्ड बॉयज एसोसिएशन जहाँ भी जा रहे होंगे. नेक्स्ट वीक प्लीज, मंडे. ग्रेटफुल.
But you see,
I've understood. I've understood. I've understood. I've understood. We'll come back to you.
there is nothing wrong.
Malad. Prima facie, nothing wrong. Malad.
Better you withdraw this petition with liberty to challenge the order passed by divisional commissioner. Rightly or
तो
wrongly.
कर दिया हमने, वो तो कर दिया हमने. FC के पास कर दे.
See what you did was, divisional commissioner has exercised the powers of financial commissioner and passed an order.
Yes, madam.
You challenge that order before the financial commissioner. Just listen now. Financial commissioner says that because the power, the order assailed before me is an order that has been passed by the divisional commissioner as a financial commissioner. This revision is not maintained.
The second revision not
You
maintained.
withdraw, you take an order from the High Court that I'll grant you liberty to challenge the order passed by divisional commissioner while exercising the powers of financial commissioner on merit.
ठीक है. I'll look into this.
समझ गए ना?
मैं समझ गया.
Ultimately, आपका काम तो ये है कि आपको उस order को challenge
करना है. Correct.
So because wrongly you are pursuing a remedy.
Correct, madam.
Before the financial
Correct,
commissioner.
madam.
He says that you can't exercise, I can't exercise my jurisdiction.
Second revision not maintainable. I'll come back to you on Monday. Malad, I'll come back on Monday. Malad.
Yes, please. Yes, ma'am.
Your Lordship. Your Lordship, my petitioner was awarded a letter according to which he has to transport, filter and put the pricing and everything and transport it to the place from the respondent number 1. He has done so. The award was it was awarded in
Show me the contract.
Yes, Your Lordship. It's on page number 35, T7. Your Lordship, this agreement was subsequent to the event.
Yes.
Before that, I've written twice or thrice intimating them that the road that I had to use is closed. And after the agreement, I was also issued a certificate saying that the road on which I have to travel was closed due to the heavy rainfall. Even after the agreement, I wrote to them several times, but there was no remedy that was granted to me. Neither they called me. I was taken door to door, but there was no efficacious remedy that was provided to me.
File a civil. High Court is no panacea for these kind of cases. It is a simple case of recovery from the state.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Go to a civil court.
Your Lordship, I would like to point out, I've already given the list of book. This judgment by Halwan Singhania versus Union of India, AIR 2003 SC 2120. 2003 SC 2120, paragraph 7.
This is AIR?
Yes, Your Lordship.
Yes, please.
As per this paragraph, Your Lordship, there are 4 pointers that have been given where some of your fundamental right or your bread and butter has been touched. Then the High Court, Honorable High Court, has the discretion to accept the remedy to be granted.
There are 7 they refer to the judgment of Whirlpool Corporation.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Whirlpool Corporation case se kya lena dena?
Your Lordship, this is with respect to acceptability and maintainability of writ. That is why I am putting this court, the Honorable Court.
There is never a question of the High Court having an inherent lack of jurisdiction.
Your Lordship.
The issue is that High Court is not meant for these purposes.
Your Lordship.
See, these are now, according to you, this is an amount that is due to you from them.
Your Lordship.
Due of an agreement entered into.
Your Lordship.
According to me, all this, whether you are entitled to 37,60,829,
Your Lordship.
37,60,830. These are disputed issues which parties will need evidence and appropriate court will decide. You will have to pay ad valorem court fee out over there. That is the problem.
Right. Then I may be.
The Whirlpool Corporation, that is a principle of reasonableness.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Those principles may not be stricto sensu.
Yes.
So that is the.
I mean, my only concern was that my bread and butter has been touched. I've not been able to work for the past 2 years. It's a huge
alternative. Start eating dal and roti.
Even that is also to be bought from my Your Lordship. So that's the only.
So we'll have to go to this one.
All right, Your Lordship.
It's slightly too far-fetched.
Then I may be permitted to withdraw this, Your Lordship.
Why are they denying the payment to you?
Your Lordship, there has been no response from their side. They forwarded one letter the department within itself forwarded one letter to the higher officers, but then also I've got no reply. Whenever I visit to their office, there's excuses, lame excuses that we will get back, and there has been no getting back.
Okay, I'll do one thing.
Yes, your lordship.
I'll issue a notice to them
Yes, your
to let them intimate the court as to whether out of the amount being claimed by you, is there any amount which they admit is payable?
lordship.
ठीक है, आप रिस्पॉन्ड करके ये बताओ, 37-40 लाख रुपया मांग रहे हैं. According to you, if there is some amount which actually is payable, pay it to them. Rest के लिए लड़ते रहो कोर्ट में. Rest के लिए go to the civil court.
I'll seek instruction and file the reply, lordship. I will file the reply.
Notice आप किसके लिए? एक के लिए सरकार, दो से चार के लिए आप. List on dash to enable learned counsel for response to have specific instructions as to whether the amount being claimed for by the petitioner is admitted by the said respondents, and if not, whether they do admit that some amount is payable to the petitioner or not. अगर ये agree कर जाते हैं तो that for that the court will help you. बाकी के लिए civil.
My presence may be marked, lordship. I filed the memo clearance, lordship.
Pardon?
I filed the memo clearance. My presence may be marked.
मुखालतामा within 1 week.
Oblige, your lordship.
It is Surinder Siglani. Yes,
But in the present case, the petitioner was elected as Upradhan of the Gram Panchayat Dhaneri lordship. She may kindly on action P3.
Gram Panchayat.
Dhaneri lordship. In district Kangra lordship.
When was he elected?
2020 lordship. When the 2020 lordship.
And what happened?
Lordship may kindly on action P3. On 15th of March 2024, Deputy Commissioner issued this office order. And lordship, may kindly have the last, there at page 20 lordship. पता में हेमराज बारवा उपायुक्त कांगड़ा जिला धर्मशाला पंचायती राज अधिनियम 1994 की धारा 131 के अंतर्गत पदशक्ति उपयोग करते हुए ग्राम पंचायत के प्रधान का पद 131 ख के प्रावधानुसार रिक्त घोषित करता हूं तथा विजय कुमार प्रधान ग्राम पंचायत धीरे को आदेश दिए जाते हैं कि ग्राम पंचायत विकास खंड नंबर की चाल पत्ती यदि उनके पास कोई हो तो तुरंत पंचायत सचिव ग्राम पंचायत को सौंपना सुनिश्चित करें. My lord, against this order, the petitioner preferred an appeal before the Director Panchayati Raj. Lordship, may kindly on action P4. This appeal was returned at page 22, lordship. That आपके पत्र संख्या के अनुसार
Please come to the order include.
at page action P10, lordship.
Please read it.
My lord. At page 48, lordship. So the relevant part is page 50, lordship. It starts. There are 3, lordship. Feeling aggrieved by the order dated 4th of September 2024, Learned Divisional Commissioner Kangra, the petitioner Swarna Sharma has preferred to his petition on the ground that Learned Divisional Commissioner Kangra Dharamshala passed the order, said order without jurisdiction, as the appeal against the order dated 15th of March 2024 of the Deputy Commissioner Kangra was to lie before the Director Panchayati Raj and not before the Divisional Commissioner, and as such, the impugned order passed by Divisional Commissioner Kangra is without jurisdiction and is liable to be satisfied. On the date of hearing, petitioner emphatically pleaded that Learned Divisional Commissioner has committed grave error in entertaining the appeal of Vijay Kumar, that is response number 1, under section 148 of the HP Panchayati Raj Act 1994, which power is exercisable only if the order is passed by Deputy Commissioner Kangra under section 146 of the HP Panchayati Raj. Since the order of Deputy Commissioner was not passed under section 146 of the Act of it, the appeal of response number 1 can't be entertained under section 140 of the Act. Moreover, serious and critical issues objected by the Gram Panchayat were not taken into consideration by the Deputy Commissioner while passing the order dated 15th of March 2004, and also response number 1 while acting as Upradhan has also indulged in several other activities of criminal nature. Further, the petitioner contested the impugned order passed by the Divisional Commissioner is against the principle of natural justice. These are the arguments of the petitioner lordship before the revisional authority lordship. My lord, at page 51, last para lordship, the contention of response number 1 that the present revision petition is not maintainable since the same has not been accompanied with an affidavit. In this behalf, the
authority है ना, secretary पंचायती.
My lord.
It has held that the appeal was not maintainable before the revisional commission.
My lord.
Do you, according to you, these are correct findings or?
My lord, these are perverse findings.
Let us see the act.
My lord, may kindly have. I have no lordship. Lordship may kindly have. My lord.
The order is by DC under which provision?
PC under section 131. The same director has directed me to file an appeal for the division. The same director, Lordship.
Director to director आपको बोलो कि आप इन मास हाथ में छलांग मार दो. That will not justify. We'll have to see as per the statute.
मन प्लीज Lordship. नहीं जी, इनका यही था कि अपील होनी थी पंचायती राज को.
Forget them.
प्लीज Lordship, प्लीज. माय लॉर्ड.
आप डीसी ने ऑर्डर किया 125 किसमें ग में?
हाँ जी, तो
किसमें भी किया?
जी.
ठीक है, अब आपने इसकी अपील किसमें फाइल की?
इसकी अपील कीजिए हमने 148
में. Let us see 140.
माय लॉर्ड. Appeals and revision. Appeal and revision, Lordship. An appeal or revision against the order or proceedings of a panchayat and other authorities under this act shall lie to such authority and in a manner as prescribed.
रूल देखो.
ये जी
रूल में डीसी की रहता है डिविजन में.
दूसरे क्वेश्चन करिए. ये जी रूल्स.
Now let us see the order passed by director.
माइनर डायरेक्टर
Secretary sir.
secretary माइनर. My lord, before that, may I submit one thing, Lordship? My lord, to lay challenge to an order passed by the appellate authority, there is a time frame. I have specifically argued that this appeal was filed beyond the period of limitation. That was not decided first, Lordship. Number two, Lordship, this appeal, a revision petition was without an affidavit. My lord has given a judgment in Saroj Kumari's case, and it has been held by this honorable court, by my lord, that the lower courts are doing entertaining the petitions without an affidavit. That was not taken into consideration, which is contemptuous, Lordship. Number three, Lordship.
Grounds of appeal का affidavit छोड़ो.
नहीं जी, revision affidavit.
एक सेकंड, आप पहले ये सोच लो ना, आप किस चीज को चैलेंज कर रहे हैं?
मैं P10 को जी. P10 को जी. The order passed by the secretary, Lordship.
नहीं, तभी मैं कह रहा हूँ ना, please. Revision was filed without affidavit.
Without
बात की बात.
limitation के बाहर जी.
Let us first see कि जो उसकी finding है वो ठीक है कि
My lord.
I'll come to that. I'll hear you on that.
My lord. My lord, मैं kindly have page 51, last para onwards, Lordship. The contention of respondent number 1, that the revision is not maintainable since the same has not been accompanied with an affidavit. In this behalf, the Lord Council has relied upon the judgment of HP High Court. The perusal of the judgment deals with the aspect that objections filed by the petitioner against the report of field convoy in the court of the civil judge, Judicial Division Court number 2, Palanpur, were not supported by an affidavit. However, in the present case, revision is before the statutory authority under HP Panchayati Raj Act, and proceedings are summary in nature. Therefore, this plea can't be sustained. Even looking from the another angle, it can, at the most, called curable defect.
So you see, problem पता क्या है?
My lord.
He is right. Please read section 131(3).
131. Please, Lordship.
Any person aggrieved by the decision of deputy commissioner or director, as the case may be, within a period of 30 days shall file an appeal to the director.
My lord. Appeal was filed, Lordship. Lordship, may kindly annexure P for
किसके पास?
may kindly have that's what I'm submitting, Lordship.
किसके पास sir?
Director के पास जी.
कहाँ पे?
Annexure P4 may kindly seen. That's what I'm submitting, Lordship, before starting my case, unfolding my case. Annexure P4, Lordship. At page 22, Lordship. सेवा विजय कुमार उपप्रधान ग्राम पंचायत धनेरी गांव डाखाना धनेरी तहसील जैसलमेर जिला कांगड़ा हिमाचल प्रदेश. अपील अगेंस्ट द ऑर्डर ऑफ डेप्टी कमिश्नर कांगड़ा धर्मशाला विडे इंक्लूड नंबर so and so. उपरोक्त विषय.
Whoever advised you to do this, the authority was mistaken. They did not read 131. They did not read. Assuming you are before the High Court. मैं बोलूँ कि आप कंज्यूमर कोर्ट चले जाओ और आप कंज्यूमर कोर्ट चले जाते हो, but आपको यही था. You should have agitated. That director cannot send you. Yeah. Director cannot confer jurisdiction upon regional commissioner which the act does not confer. कैसे?
ये rule देख लेंगे.
Rule, please appreciate. Rule is not relatable to section 131.
131 पढ़ लेते हैं. Let us
Please read 131.
please, Lordship. I will read, Lordship. May kindly have 131. Casual vacancies. If any person having been elected as an office bearer of a panchayat subsequently becomes subject to any of the disqualification mentioned in section 122 and such disqualification is not removable or removable is not removed. ये हमारे को नहीं लगता जी. This is not. Then next lordship.
That is not important. Come to page 21 of the paper.
My lord.
जो डेप्टी कमिश्नर ने ऑर्डर पास किया वो किस पावर को एक्सरसाइज करते हुए किया?
131 lordship.
131 1B.
My lord.
AB. ठीक हो गया? Now please read 131(3). तो डायरेक्टर मूर्ख बैठे हुए सरकार में, है मूर्खों की सरकार में. Director ill advised you. Please read 131(3). Any person aggrieved by the decision of deputy commissioner or the director, as the case may be, within 30 days from the date of appeal to the director of the state government. तो deputy commissioner का director ही जाना था.
कर दीजिए.
ठीक है ना? आपको मैं relegate you back to the director.
Only one submission, lordship. One submission. Till then I will protect. Otherwise, post will be.
जो भी है, when the matter was pending in the lower court was a.
Yes, yes, lordship, and it was quashed, lordship. Stay तो लगाए जी, पर क्वेश्चन के लगाए जी. क्वेश्चन के लगाए जी.
ऐसा ना, मैं जलेबी मत बनाया करो, मैं फिर मेरे को खुंदक चढ़ती है. मेरी क्वेरी आपको बड़ी सिंपल थी. 131G is for commissioner. Till the impugned order was passed by the secretary, was there any stay in your favor?
Till the impugned order passed by the secretary.
Was there any stay in your favor?
Order was quashed. Order was quashed.
You are not understanding what.
So I apologize, lordship. I apologize.
You are not. You don't want to give the reply to the court.
I'm sorry, I'm समझ नहीं पाएंगे.
There is an order passed by deputy commissioner. जैसे वो बाहर निकला, quash हो गया.
नहीं जी.
You challenged it.
जी.
Was any stay granted to you?
वो मुझे नहीं पता जी. वो नहीं मुझे पता जी.
कोई stay नहीं. I'll direct the case within 15 days.
ठीक है. Till then, post may not be filled up, lordship. 5 महीने बचे जी.
Till then, they not fill up.
हाँ ये आ जाइए बस.
Order. How could your director send them to the deputy? गलत है वो. You should have agitated it.
उस टाइम हमारे पास हम बोलते थे पर वो.
You argued before the secretary.
मैं सब बोलती हूँ लordship. बेहतर.
वहाँ पे तो आप so called वहाँ के कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी के तो सिगलानी जी भी जेठ में लानी है.
नहीं जी, नहीं है जी, बिल्कुल नहीं है जी. वो हमारे को सुपरसीड कर चुके हैं जी बाकी और. आई बीन सुपरसीडेड. इसमें जनाब ऐसा है जी, ना जनाब की जजमेंट मानी उन्होंने जी. दिस इज व्हिच इज कंटेम्पचुअस. दूसरी जी, इट वाज हाईली टाइम बार्ड जी.
That is a separate issue here. Issue is initial. You see, your grievance arose from the exercise by the deputy commissioner under 131(1)(b). Now, in terms of the, because you see, secretary has passed a good order. The order of the secretary is not a bad order at all. उसने बिल्कुल ठीक appreciate किया statutory provision. Your remedy was under 131(3) and you invoked it. That is why I am.
My lord,
you invoked it.
I bowl lordship.
Director erred in sending you or relegating you to the divisional commissioner.
I understand it.
The order of divisional commissioner is in fact without any jurisdiction, but you cannot be made to suffer for no fault of it. हाँ जी सर, लिखा दे कि पूछना है. वैसे ना जजमेंट लिखा दे प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस भी हो रहा है. आजकल खर्च कर देता है.
नहीं.
मैं तो पूछ रहा हूँ ऑर्डर लिखाने ये लाइन लिखाई जाए या नहीं लिखाई जाए.
अच्छा समझ गई.
सी से क्या होता है? सी से ध्यान रखना करना. जल्दी बोलो. व्हाट डू यू से? प्राइवेट पार्टी इन्वॉल्व है इसमें?
नहीं जी, कोई नहीं जी. अच्छा एक चीज और थी जी. The Pradhan has filed this revision petition without any resolution. How this revision was maintainable? वहाँ फिर लड़ने को बचेगा नहीं उसी. जी.
You have to serve this Pradhan ग्राम पंचायत में. इसको दस्ती करा दो.
कराता है.
इसमें लिखना नोटिस 1 से 6 के लिए सरकार 7 को कर देना. फॉर वेडनेसडे, नेक्स्ट वेडनेसडे. दस्ती नोटिस रिटर्न फॉर नेक्स्ट वेडनेसडे. During the course of the day, दस्ती notices be handed over to the learned council by tomorrow. आज क्या बार है?
मंगलवार है.
मंडे के लिए allowed. Miscellaneous में करना notice in work terms. Till then, the post of Pradhan shall not be filled up by the respondent.
Grateful, lordship. Grateful.
The order पर उसको सुन लेते हैं. Then I'll pass it.
My lord, grateful.
आपने ना 10 की करा देनी ड्रीम्स एजुकेशन yes ये क्या सर
I am running institute. What I am having the buildings and infrastructure. Lord. Para 2. Lord, already I am running B Pharmacy, Polytechnic and ITI also. Lord. In 2022, Lord, I filed one application. Lord, seeking. Lord, should kindly see my application. I prayed for Lord.
coming after 3 years
Lord, I am explaining. Lord, this impugned order. Lord, there is no order. When I come to, I made a representation also. Lord, should kindly see the impugned what I am challenging. Page 280. This, my lord, observation of the selection committee, this inspection committee, my lord, this was never conveyed to me. No notification or order rejecting my application was ever issued, my lord. 2024 also, I approached the honorable CM. I made a submission that my application is pending. Now, my lord, as per this annexure P4, the observation are that in the same
notice
Please.
live in 4 weeks ठीक है
some actually मेरी क्लासेस शुरू हो जाएंगी
free classes
प्लीज some actual date में
नहीं नहीं कोई actual date नहीं
Please.
you were sleeping for the last 3 years
Also, this is my petition against the proceeding under section 163. Also, I have raised the question of title, also, but none has converted it. Also, now also, yeah, my reply is in access P2, also, and by the prayer in specific prayer, that is at
where are the proceedings under 163 sir?
Yes, Lordship, order is annexed P3, Lordship. My prior to that, Lordship, at page 30, Lordship, I have made it. Running page, Lordship.
क्या लिखा है
Lordship, the question regarding the adverse possessions beyond 30 years is involved and follow the procedures set up in the set. Yes, Lordship. Page 30, Lordship. Running page 30, 30. Yes, Lordship.
But where do you say so in the reply also?
In detail, also I have mentioned in this, Lordship. Specifically, Lordship, that I am in the possession of the land, Lordship.
Where have you said in your reply that you have perfected your title by adverse?
Yes, yes, sir. It is therefore prayed that it is submission. The present reply may kindly be accepted and no fault part of the replying respondent. So, yes, sir.
कौन से पैरे में adverse possession आप किसी और का plead कर रहे हैं अपना
अपना भी
बताओ कहाँ है ना सर show me from the reply
24 page, yes. When there is a question of title or the adverse possessions, yes,
in lectures.
Yes.
Where are those 4 lines that my possession over the suit land is more than 30 years old and I perfected my title by your adverse? क्योंकि ये पता चलेगी ना अगर आपने बेस भी डाला हुआ
I have
कहाँ है वो 4 लाइनें क्या
legally also on that the litigations with regard to the title in the land khasra number itna is wrongly shown recorded in the name of state of HP. Same question of title is thus sub judice. However, the title of the state is wrong and all right title and trust position.
वही तो मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ. I wanted to, you see, according to you,
I have, yes, sir.
According to you, you are disputing the ownership of the state over the government.
Yes, sir.
You said that it belongs to someone else.
Yes, sir.
और उसके खिलाफ आपका adverse possession.
I have entered with him.
Then that is no problem.
Agreement.
Rangada, what are the 3 ingredients of adverse possession?
Open.
The first ingredient of adverse possession is that you admit the ownership of the other person. That is the first primary basic.
Yes, sir.
If you are disputing the ownership of someone, you can't say that I perfected my title by way of adverse possession. First, ownership undisputed.
The ownership.
आप dispute कर रहे हैं. So there is the question of ये नहीं बनेगी बात. और रास्ते से चलो अब. ये बड़ा रास्ता भूल गए.
Lordship, as per the next P1 also. My house is there. Yes.
In the order कौन सा है?
And P3 also.
Let us read that.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Before converting myself into P3 34 page, elusive. Running page P3 32, elusive. Running page 34, elusive. Before converting myself as a civil undersigned, made preliminary inquiry, and during the preliminary inquiry, it was held that there is no documentary evidence against the plea of adversary. Respondents is neither recorded in bonusip column nor in the possession column of the revenue report. So far, agreement is concerned, Raja Juvinder Sen in his legal health was neither competent to make the
Reply देते रहो stage 2 में. Notice. Reply is
of the speech.
yes, please. Yes, ma'am.
This is the same matter, sewage matter.
डेट जो बता रहे थे. इसमें ना डेट गलत लगी थी. यहाँ पर है इसमें. What is the status as of today?
Your Lordship, there are some people who are getting intense, Your Lordship.
तो पिछली डेट में भी यही कहानी थी.
यही कहानी है जी.
तो फिर इसको
पुलिस प्रोटेक्शन के लिए हम लोगों ने वो किया हुआ है जी, लिखा हुआ है. पिछले कल लिखा है, आज आ रही है पुलिस जा रही है जी, स्पॉट पे जा रही है.
Keep it on Monday.
ठीक है जी.
Do the needful by Monday.
Lordship. अदरवाइज जी इनको अगर इम्प्लीट कर देते, पार्टी बना देते जी.
आप पहले एक्सरसाइज करो ना.
आज एक्सरसाइज कर देते जी.
Do whatever it is.
ठीक है.
You are a statutory authority.
Your Lordship.
Exercise your.
Your Lordship.
Lordship, one more matter is there, Lordship, on 35 Lord.
10 number page.
Same matter.
In the meanwhile, the responses are impressed upon to ensure that the is done, and for that matter is so required, they may take the. Yes, please. Sundar, ये क्या है?
Please, Lord. Lord, in this case, department has decided the claim of the petitioner.
What was the judgment?
In fact, Your Lordship, they were directed to reconsider my case.
Take decision on the grant of family.
Please, Lord.
आपने क्या किया?
So we have rejected the claim of
Huh? Rejected. Then you challenge it.
In fact, the copy has not been handed over to me. अब देख.
ऐसे लिखना, learned counsel for the respondent informs the court that an order has been passed by the competent authority rejecting the claim of the petitioner. Copy of the order has been made available to the learned counsel for the petitioner in the court itself.
Please.
Accordingly, these proceedings are closed with liberty to the petitioner.
नहीं जी, I'll go through it. Miles may keep it on Monday.
नहीं, इसको बंद.
मैं देख लूंगा जी.
Liberty to place the order.
I'll go through it, Your Lordship.
Place the order.
Because I was requesting my learner friend right from the morning that kindly hand it over to me.
Challenge करो ना सर.
I'll challenge it, sir. I'll challenge it. अगर challenge करने लायक होगा. But this was to be. Miles may keep it Monday रखें.
Don't worry. Challenge it. Sir,
Lordship, here is the case for grant of subsidy of transport. Page 146, P18 is the order whereby my claim has been rejected, Your Lordship. Yesterday, one matter was listed, Your Lordship, before the court. And notice.
सबके लिए स्टेट.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
नहीं सर,
मैम आप किसके लिए?
No, ये गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया रेस्पोंड नंबर 3.
Sir, may I just make one request to the bar? Wherever you are including Union of India as a party, please
Has
include
to be
Union
at-
of India as number one.
Has to be at top.
Otherwise it creates a lot of.
That I understand, Your Lordship.
तीन के लिए मैम, बाकियों के लिए सरकार. Reply in 6 weeks. Same order.
Please, Your Lordship.
Same order.
Next same, Your Lordship.
Yes, please. Shri Ravi Parmar. Yes, Jaswal sir.
Please, my lord, the matter may kindly be listed afterward. Due to the demise of his uncle, he could not appear.
Show me the order. Filing है?
No, my lord, I am appearing vice, my lord.
Don't worry, just one. Notice. एक और दो, एक को notice होगा. हाँ? Notice confined to respond number 1, return for dash tax within 1.
Grateful, my lord.
Yes, Chandar. Yes, Devinder.
Petitioner is claiming the amount of under the resettlement and rehabilitation. Yes, Lordship.
एक दो तीन चार के लिए भी आप नहीं तीन के लिए सरकार एक से तीन सरकार चार को नोटिस देना
Lordship, I'm appearing for respondent number 5, SJVN, Lordship.
पांच के लिए इनका है
Lordship,
चार को नोटिस
one my lord has issued the notice. It may be connected with this.
मन में दो बाद में दस तो भी नोटिस चार को नोटिस रिटर्न फॉर टैक्स कस्टडी
Lordship, for four, the state is.
Lordship, respondent 4 was represented by state lordship.
ऐसे चार को स्टेट
Yes, great information.
यस प्लीज ये विजय को उठाना सर आपका केस है ना
They had to revalidate the.
Lord, we have given the remand draft of the honorable court on date 25/2025, Lord. We have deposited the honorable registry of this court after revalidation of the demand draft.
अब क्या करना है सर इसमें
And the amount may be released to us, my lord. Our application is pending.
It cannot be. It cannot be released.
पेंडिंग है सर व्हाट सर
No, decided everything, award, everything, execution also decided, auction done.
ये कहते नहीं पैसा मेरे को दे दो, मेरे को क्या मिला 9 करोड़ रुपए. I am the auction purchaser.
यू आर द ऑक्शन प्रोसीजर
I have neither got the possession nor got the title. जब तक मेरे को टाइटल.
हु इज द अवार्ड लेटर सर
My lord,
अवार्ड लेटर कौन है
that was Weecorn Impex. That was, he was ex parte throughout, entire property was sold. My lord,
यू आर नबार्ड
we are NAFED.
एंड यू आर सर
Shri Ram Hotels.
If the auction purchaser at his risk according to law, I am concerned. My lord,
He takes away the money and I.
प्रॉपर्टी
प्रॉपर्टी मनाली में है जी.
किसके पास
ये प्रॉपर्टी जो है.
नहीं किस अभी किसके पास कब्जा है
Tahsildar sold it. It was lying vacant.
It is lying vacant. Warrant of possession has to be issued, and secondly, title has to be passed on to me. He can only get the money tomorrow. If some problem arises, the title is not transferred to me. How will I recover?
But under what circumstances you came to the court in these proceedings?
I came to the court. I have filed an application under Order 21, Rule 94/95. That is the requirement of law. Till the time title is transferred to me, possession is delivered to me, because their money is safe lying with the court.
That is not the law, my lord. That I'll, your lordship may kindly see.
This after 4 weeks.
No, my lord.
What is hostel?
Your lordship may kindly see one thing. This is a government organization, semi-government organization.
We take it after I'm taking a gamble. This after 3 weeks.
No, my lord. What I am
This,
saying, the money, it is
मेरे को
admittedly
possess-
auctioned after 8 years. Award is passed in 2012. Arbitration award. My lord.
Problem is not that.
My lord.
Ultimately, if I have to hear this case,
My lord.
I will rest assured your money will be released to you.
My lord.
But the interest of the other side also has to be protected.
आज की डेट में क्या है?
May I say one thing? What they may subsequently word हमारे को 118 की भी लाके दो. You went into the auction with open eyes. नहीं चाहिए तो this is their thing. Once they have bought it, there is no impediment. We have put no objections. My lord.
Their money is
My
totally
lord.
safe.
Right or wrongly.
My lord. My lord.
Here before.
No, but that application is yet to be allowed. They have no locus to be here. This is my execution petition. My lord.
You have deposited.
Deposited, the money has been deposited by them.
Then
But they have purchased it and this property goes to them. We have no objection.
Let us see. Na? Let us see. You
May I say, your lordship may record, we have no objection if the property is transferred to them
His
and the
objection-
money may be released to us.
my only
What
thing
objection can we have? They have bought it.
What is the process of the transfer of property in your view?
The court has to.
No, this court has to appoint a local commissioner.
High court नहीं करेगा ना sir.
High court करेगा.
Property has been sold by the High Court.
Yes,
Yes.
High Court.
It has been sold by
High-
the
Under
yes.
the orders of the High Court.
हाँ जी.
Under the, yes, in this
Yes.
execution proceeding.
No, then I will have to appoint someone from the court who will enter the
Who is
execute the sale.
execute
Sale-
the sale deed and also deliver the possession to me.
तो फिर court का काम है.
That is the
पैसा
तो
तो
हमारा
तभी
तो
release
कोई
होगा ना
लेने से
इनको।
नहीं है जी.
ऐसा नहीं है ना sir.
My-
आप तो ऐसे कर रहे हैं मासी मासड़ कर रहे हैं.
No, but lordship will kindly appreciate one thing. I got it auctioned, they purchased it. Auction money stands deposited, I am entitled to it. I have no objection if it is transferred in their name. My lord.
Then we have to appoint someone from the court who will.
Your lordship may appoint and within 2 weeks they may take possession. We have no problem. Manali.
File an appropriate application, I'll pass the orders.
ये जो यही जो है इसी में जो की 2194 में जो मैंने
Government can report the court.
हाँ जी
Government can report, show me the application.
page 7 of the application page 7 of the
सेल डेट भी नहीं होनी है एग्जीक्यूट इसमें तो सिर्फ आप
Certificate of sale. Certificate of sale.
सर्टिफिकेट करना पड़ता है
सेल सर्टिफिकेट
Sale
sale
certificate.
certificate to be issued by the court which is to be registered.
That is also not necessary for registration.
सेल सर्टिफिकेट will be issued by which court?
This court,
by the
madam.
high court only. High court.
उसका कोई परफॉर्मा वगैरह होता है सर?
हाँ जी
बताइएगा।
बताते हैं।
CPC है.
पेज नंबर 6 में देख लेंगे. My only prayer before the honorable court is, so far as their money is concerned, it is safe in the hands of the court. The moment I get my possession and title, I will have no problem.
I have not been able to lay my hands on it.
Last week.
Black all की है.
699 to release.
इनके कुछ ड्यूज भी हैं.
That we have stated in our reply. We have a reply ready. The 40,000 something will clear those electricity bills.
पैसे आ गए इसमें हो गए 40 लाख का नुकसान तो मेरा वहां हुआ जी. The money remained, the drafts remained in the file for 6 months.
तो allow कर देते हैं इनकी application को. It is in
Not both applications may be allowed. This may be, have no objection to this. We have no objection that they have purchased it. Let them take it.
application. ये OMP है 699 of 2020. By way of this application, the applicant has paid for the following. The senior counsel for the applicant has submitted that the applicant is the successful bidder in the auction that took place on the basis of the orders passed by this court. First of all, senior counsel submits that the entire bid amount stands deposited with the register of district. Accordingly, he brings that a sales certificate in terms of Order 21 Rule 94 of the Civil Procedure Code and a warrant of possession as per the provision of Order 21 Rule 95 that with Rule 95 for the sold details whereof are given in para A of the relief clause be issued in favor of the applicant. And further direction issued to the registration authority Manali to register in favor of the. The senior counsel for the non-applicant submits that he has no objection in case such directions are passed, but then this court should also order the release of the bid amount deposited with this court, auction amount deposited with this court in favor of the non-applicant. Having heard the senior counsel for the parties, this application is disposed of with the direction that let the sales certificate in terms of Order 21 Rule 94 of the Civil Procedure as well as warrant of Order 21 Rule 95 thereof be issued in favor of the in favor of the applicant. Within कितना time लगता है सर इसको?
Within 2 weeks. Warrant of possession be issued to Tahsildar cum sale officer Manali जिसने sale किया.
Page number 11.
We should in favor of the applicant within 10 days from today. Warrant of possession be issued in the name of
To Tahsildar cum sale officer Tahsil Manali, District Kullu.
Warrant of possession be issued to Tahsildar cum sale officer.
Sale officer who auctioned the property.
Who auctioned the property in issue. That is Tahsildar Manali.
Yes.
Post issuance of the sale certificate and warrant of possession, the registration authorities at Manali are directed to register the sale certificate forthwith in favor of the applicant. ठीक है? Needful be done by the next date of hearing. List on आज क्या date है? Let's keep it on 16th. उसमें आपके पैसे रिलीज कर दो.
We are losing interest. That is the only thing.
No due certificate भी देने की.
In
पैसे
our
वगैरह जमा
reply,
कराने.
40,000 rupees electricity bills पुराने हैं वो दे देंगे. We have stated so. 51,000.
इनका भी 40 लाख का लॉस
In
हुआ.
the-
There of the execution petitioner for release of the award amount be considered on the next date of hearing. In the meanwhile, the execution petitioner may
deposit the outstanding electricity due.
outstanding
dues prior to the auction.
relating to the property prior to the date of auction.
Madam.
ये रजिस्ट्रार साहब को होगा जी ऑर्डर रजिस्ट्रार देंगे certificate.
With issuance of a director, registrar general to issue. ठीक है?
रजिस्ट्रार जनरल या रजिस्ट्रार जुडिशियल जो
Registrar judicial को देंगे.
अब
Usually की कौन करता है? आपने पहले
That is in the rules, my lord. The registry is there. The registry may be directed.
today we have more than one registrar.
My lord.
We'll see कि कौन registrar.
As your lordship. ठीक है.
अप्लाई लो.
Kush.
Lordship,
Yes, Kush.
my lord, in this case, in fact, pleadings are complete. My lord, I am aggrieved by annexure P1, case 16, order passed by a divisional commissioner Mandi, Lordship. Lordship, it was a case where one bishwa of land, encroachment for one bishwa of land is there. Notice has been issued in February 2015, and I replied to that notice via annexure P3, page 24, my lord. Running page 24, may kindly see. It was a case initiated in the court of learned AC first grade, Sundarnagar district, Mandi. My lord, the very first paragraph in the reply, in April 2015, I have specifically stated that the content of the notice is wrong and no fresh encroachment is made by the respondent. The land on which the room is constructed is in possession of respondent for more than 50 years, and the respondent before him, his predecessors were in possession of the land. So specific stand has been taken that he was in possession of prior to for more than 50 years. Now, my lord, kindly have section 163.
So where do you plead adverse?
With this notice, Lordship.
Simply by saying that you have possession for more than 30 years, that does not satisfy the conditions of adverse possession. Where have you pleaded that you have perfected your title by your adverse possession?
My lord, when I have taken this in the very first notice, very first stance, I have taken this stand. Thereafter, as per section 163 subclause 3.
Read 163.
Yes, Lordship. That's
the language used there.
yes, Lordship. My lord, may kindly have 163. My lord, I'll read it. It says when there is a question as to the title or to the adverse possession, comma.
Where is the question? Where have you pleaded adverse possession?
My lord, this notice itself.
100 साल का कब्जा is not adverse possession. There are more than one ingredients of adverse possession. They have to be pleaded that I perfected my title by way of adverse possession. Where is that pleading in the reply? और आप reply पढ़ो ना, चलो मेरे को कहाँ है कुछ आपका ये? Show me the reply.
Page 22, my lord. Page 24. That the contents of the notice is wrong and no fresh encroachment is made by the respondent. The land on which the room constructed is in possession of the respondent for more than 50 years, and the respondent.
आप तो चुप हो जाते ना, 2 लाइनें नीचे क्यों नहीं पढ़ रहे उससे?
My lord.
क्या पढ़ो?
that the respondent have become the owner of the land by way of adverse.
possession. This is where you say adverse possession.
I'm sorry.
पढ़ा करो ना.
Yes, ma'am.
फिर तो सरकार इसको कन्वर्ट करना था.
और एक इसमें एक ये था कन्वर्ट का, और दूसरा एक और इशू था सेक्शन 163 सेज के एसी फर्स्ट ग्रेड ही करेगा स्पेसिफिक. यहाँ पे एसी सेकंड ग्रेड को ट्रांसफर किया. ऑर्डर हैज बीन पास्ड बाय एसी सेकंड ग्रेड. एसी सेकंड ग्रेड हैज पास्ड द ऑर्डर, eviction order ultimately. सुंदरनगर से डेहर ट्रांसफर हुआ.
When he has taken the plea of adverse possession. Yes, sir.
Lordship, page 48, Lordship.
Yes.
On the when he started the construction, Lordship, made the complaint. On the basis of complaint, the revenue officer visited this spot, Lordship. May I read, Lordship? Shriman,
फायदा क्या पड़ गए?
Lordship, I say
Not going to serve any purpose. The proceedings are non-necessary. They are bad. ये proceeding चली ना सर, जब इसने डिफेंस ले लिया एडवर्स पोजीशन का, अगर उसके बाद कोर्ट ने अपने आप को सिविल कोर्ट में कन्वर्ट नहीं किया तो सब कुछ गया.
लॉर्डशिप एडवर्स पोजीशन के लिए भी कोई डॉक्यूमेंट, कोई प्रूफ तो होगा.
वो तब होगा
करूंगा ना.
कोर्ट कन्वर्ट करके बोलेगा सिविल कोर्ट बना.
He has failed to produce any evidence, Lordship. So many opportunity.
जगन जी ने बोला अब अगर प्रोड्यूस नहीं की ना तो देख.
I will bring.
मेरे गुरुजी हैं.
Yes, ma'am.
मैं डांट दिया, आपकी तरफ से भी डांट दिया.
A specific issue will be framed.
Problem is that the moment he took the plea of adverse possession, then 163(3) comes into.
Lordship, for a moment, Lord.
Please read 163.
For a moment, Lordship. May I read this? निवेदन है कि मुताबिक आदेश उपमंडल अधिकारी.
कोई रेलेवेंस नहीं.
For a moment, Lordship. सोनसो बरोटी जिला मंडी खसरा नंबर इतना इतना तदादी इतना भी सोनसो खसरा नंबर 383/1 रकबा तदादी 1 विश्वा पर मकान स्लैब पोस्ट एक कमरा निर्माणाधीन है, जिसको हमने दिनांक 19/2/2015 को क्षेत्रीय कानून द्वारा मौका पर पाबंद किया गया. लॉर्डशिप, अर्लियर नथिंग ऑन द स्पॉट.
Subject to correction. मैंने नहीं सुना. Our friends will bear me out. Kush has nowhere said that the petitioners are the successors in interest of Raja Harishchandra. ये सच ही बोलते हैं. जो ये कह रहे हैं झूठ है, सफेद झूठ है. मैं आपकी बात समझ गया हूँ. आपका कहना है कि एक तरफ तो कह रहे हैं हमने कोई फ्रेश एनफोर्समेंट नहीं की है और रिपोर्ट में आया.
मैं सबमिट करूँ निर्माण. फॉर अ मोमेंट लॉर्डशिप.
है सर.
For a moment, Lordship. The conduct of the person, Lordship. I will show. Kindly pace.
I will not see, sir. I will declare.
Lordship, not only this, Lordship.
Mr. Jagan, you see, what is the fun of arguing something or defending something which is totally undefended?
Lordship, the evidence was conducted class 1. Second.
The question is, has he converted himself? Let us read 163(3).
But Lordship, they have to prove, Lordship. लिख के थोड़ी हो जाएगा जी कि एडवर्स पोजीशन लग जाए.
मेरे को मौका मिलेगा प्रूव करने का.
करना नाच के बोलना.
Yes, ma'am.
नाच के बोलना.
Yes, ma'am. A specific issue will be framed.
एग्जांपल देखना थोड़ा सा तो आप इनको दिखा दो. लॉयर कोई बोलता है कहना कैसे करेंगे आप दिखाओ. देखो सर इसमें. Mr. AG, what do you say? I think in the light of this fact that he had taken the standard of adverse possession, इसमें लिखना there is a very short controversy involved in this petition. The petitioner has approached this court praying for the following reliefs. Proceedings were initiated against the petitioner under section 163 of the HP Land Revenue Act, and the proceedings have culminated into the issuance of order of ejectment from the government land, which order has been confirmed by the appellate and the revisional authority.
Yes.
Learned counsel for the petitioner has submitted that the order passed by the appellate authority. आपने पर डिफेंस लिया किसी के पास?
लिया है जी दोनों. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. लिया दोनों लिए हुए जी. Amended फाइल की इसीलिए मैंने.
जो नीचे अपील वगैरह फाइल की थी उसमें भी लिया था ये?
लिया हुआ है जी. इसी में फाइंडिंग उसने सिर्फ ये बोल दिया डिविजनल कमिश्नर ने कि उसने एविडेंस रिकॉर्ड की है, ली है, सो देयरफॉर इट इज अ कंप्लायंस.
Order passed by the first authority as well as the appellate and revisional authorities are not sustainable in the eyes of law for the reason that as the petitioner had taken the defense of having perfected his title by way of adverse possession in the response filed to the proceedings initiated under Section 163 of the HP Land Revenue Act, the authority ought to have had converted itself into a civil court in terms of the provisions of subsection 3 of Section 163 of the HP Land Revenue Act, and failure on the part of the authority to do so vitiates everything. Accordingly, he prays that the present petition be allowed as prayed for. Learned Additional Advocate General, on the other hand, has defended the order passed by the authority or defended the orders passed by the authorities and has submitted that as it stands proved that the petitioner has encroached upon the government land, there is no infirmity in the orders passed by the authorities in terms whereof he has been directed to be removed. In terms whereof it has been directed that the encroachment. Shri Jagannath, learned counsel appearing for the private respondent, has also submitted that as it stands, that as it has been proved that the petitioner indeed is an encroacher, the contention of the petitioner that the authorities have not acted in consonance with the statutory provisions are completely unborn. He submits that the record itself clearly demonstrates that the petitioner had encroached upon the government land. The findings to this effect returned by the authorities do not suffer from perversity, as this fact is clearly borne out from the record. Accordingly, he submits that in the light of this fact, as there is no merit in the writ petition, I have heard learned counsel for the parties, and I have also carefully gone through the orders improved as well as the pleadings of the parties. As already observed herein above, the proceedings were initiated against the petitioner under Section 163 of the HP Land Revenue Act on the ground that he had encroached upon the government land. Reply to the petition that was filed by the petitioner is appended herewith as Annexure P3. A perusal of the reply demonstrates that in response to the notice served upon him under Section 163 of the HP Revenue Act, the petitioner herein had taken the defense that the land on which the room was constructed was in the possession of the petitioner for more than 50 years, and before him, his predecessors in interest were in possession of the land. It was further averred in the reply that he had become the owner of the land by way of adverse possession, and that his possession was open, continuous, hostile, and for more than 50 years. Section 163 within bracket 3 of the Land Revenue Act reads as under. In terms of this subsection, in proceedings which are initiated in terms of this section, in terms of this subsection, if proceedings are initiated against someone under Section 163 of the HP Act, and the question of title or adverse possession arises therein, then the revenue officer not below the rank of assistant collector first grade may proceed to determine the question as if he were a civil court, and shall exercise all such powers as are exercisable by a civil court. A perusal of the record demonstrates that in the present case, despite the fact that the petitioner had taken the plea of having perfected his title by way of adverse possession, the court concerned did not convert itself into a civil court and proceed with the matter as is envisaged under Section 163 within bracket 3. In fact, impugned order, पहला order कहाँ है?
ये जी ejectment order is page 39, 5-8 page running page 39.
Ejectment order, which is at page 39 of the paper book.
5-4-18 passed by AC second grade.
Just 1 minute.
नीचे 5-4-18
5th of April 2018 has been passed by assistant collector second grade.
here.
In a plea and revision despite this ground being taken by the petitioner that the order passed by assistant collector second grade was non-est, as the officer was having no authority even to adjudicate in the light of the provisions of section 163.3, comma. Both the authorities have erred in not appreciating this aspect of the matter in the spirit of the provisions of section 163.3 of the HP Land Revenue Act. The authorities have erred in upholding the order of ejectment passed by assistant collector second grade without appreciating that as the petitioner had taken the defense of adverse possession, it was only assistant collector first grade who could have decided the list and that who could have decided the issue, and that too after converting itself into a civil court and thereafter proceeding with the matter as if it were. In the light of the above observations, this petition is allowed. The order passed by assistant collector second grade dated 5/4/2018, as well as the appellate and revisional authorities dated so and so are quashed and satisfied, and the matter is remanded back to the court of assistant collector first grade with the direction to convert itself into a civil court and proceed with the matter in consonance with the provisions of the 163.3 of the HP Land Revenue Act. It is clarified that this court has not made any observation as far as the merits of the case are concerned, and the authority shall proceed with the case as per the material and evidence on the court, uninfluenced by any observation made by this court.
Highly obliged.
In this matter, reply not filed by the respondent.
Reply not filed. What time पे क्या case क्या है?
The matter, land acquisition matter, madam. Any actual date. Madam.
Lordship,
Fresh complaint is to be filed, Lordship. Just it is a Lordship. Earlier they have filed the complaints. नहीं जी, ये पुराना है, इसमें ये पुराना वाला है जी। Lordship, उसमें ये बोल रहे थे कि सूरजमणि पेंडिंग है।
On the request of learned additional advocate, who is so and is granted to file fresh affidavit.
Your Worship, this may be taken after 2 weeks, Your Worship.
है क्या केस क्या सर?
इसमें जी execution petition I filed rejoinder yesterday, Your Worship. That will also come on record.
The rejoinder statement has been filed, registered directly to clear the same on the. Yes, Sandeep Pandey, this is the case.
This my execution petition. No, my
Direction क्या थी सर?
please, my lord. Work charge stated delivery stated after completion of 10.
3 weeks list on that. Yes, please. Nanda ji, counter affidavit not filed. Counter आपने फाइल कर रहा था?
हाँ जी कर दिया हमने फाइल कर दिया. We have filed one. It was filed on.
क्या कहते हैं आप?
Malad, they have not paid the areas to us.
Yes, देगा order क्या था?
Malad, is it page 9 of the paperwork. Malad. Order is at page 9 of the paperwork. Page 9 of the paperwork.
3 साल के areas दे रहे थे, वो भी नहीं?
हाँ जी. Malad, they are paying the areas in installment. Malad. There is no such order of the court to pay the areas in installment. Malad. In similar situated cases, Malad, it is 8 lakh something. Malad.
Learned the counsel for the petitioner submits that down on the only grievance of the petitioner that survives is that the areas to which the petitioner is entitled to as per the judgment are not being paid in lump sum but are being paid in installments. Reporting of the proceeding that as no direction was passed by the court to pay the areas in installments, the act of the respondents in doing so is per se that. On the request of the additional advocate general, this 6 weeks time is granted to the respondents to pay the areas, balance of the areas.
Balance of the areas. Please.
It is clarified that 6 weeks time is the outer limit given to the state, and within this period it may pay to petitioner the areas in the manner it likes. चाहे तो आप इंस्टॉलमेंट में दो चाहे जैसे में. With this observation, this execution petition is closed, but with liberty to the petitioner to recite the same in case the order is not complied with. Next. State of ये क्या sir?
Can you keep this matter on 17th of June also?
Your Lordship, I am for the claimant objector. I have no objection if the state is seeking. Otherwise, the arbitrage award is in my favor, Your Lordship. Amount stand deposited. How much is the award, ma'am? 1 crore and some odd amount, Your Lordship. Is already stand deposited, Your Lordship. The amount stands released. Deposited with the court, Your Lordship. The net additional general praise for an adjournment. We are not opposed to by the respondents. Just after 17th of June. No dates. Your Lordship, may kindly. No dates. We don't know what the rules. Sunil Kumar. Nisha Bhatt. Sunil Kumar.
Lordship, this is my execution petition, Lordship, for compliance of order passed in OA number. Lordship, I have given the benefit of notional basis, Lordship, not on the basis of actual benefits, Lordship, on my appointment, Lordship. I was appointed as a Patwari, Lordship, on casual basis, Lordship. Thereafter, my service was recognized. They have not given the actual benefits, Lordship, monetary benefit to me, and they have given the to others. ये वाली भी है, पहले वाली में
अरे आपने पार्टियां गलत बना दी हैं
के पास था, पहले तो किसी और के पास था।
आप कर लो ना आपने
I will check.
When the secretary, principal secretary is a party.
मेरे को देना, कॉपी देना है इसमें इंस्ट्रक्शंस
on dash 3 which you are to enable
कोई बात नहीं, स्कैन कर देते Annex E1 has been not complied, Lordship. Annex E1 has been not complied, Lordship.
Direction क्या थी?
Direction, Lordship, Jagdish Kumar is considered the case of petitioner, Lordship. Similar security person has been granted the benefit, Lordship. No, Lordship. Similar security person has been granted payment of area. Annex E5, Lordship. Oh, Lordship.
Annexure P2 direction, Lordship, page 14. They were directed to, my lord, in the light of averments made in the representation within 8 weeks. Grateful, Lordship.
Please, ma'am. The execution is coming up for the very.
Yes, please.
It's coming up for the very first time. I will be permitted to file my response.
तो इसमें ना शिवाक नोटिस जाएगा because you are
ठीक है, please, please, George.
notice written for dash steps within
Please, George, steps.
Copy is already supplied.
उन्हें एमडी ने मना करा हुआ है कि हमारी मर्जी हम को
ठीक है जी. Fair enough.
Please. Next is.
Lordship, when this power of attorney has been filed, MD has given me power of attorney. Please, Lordship.
Yours part of the time is being bad. Lordship, that notice भी let नोटिस कर रहे हैं हम ठीक है ठीक है Yes, Mr. Three.
Please also get.
This is my legal application, my lord.
Now, why are you fighting like X, A and B?
वो पूरे टॉपिक पहले मेरे से ले लेना.
Why are you also fighting like A and B? Okay, no, A and B. Yes.
This is my early hearing application.
Yes, yes.
This lordship, this is for the allotment of a petrol pump, my lord. No, there is no stay. No stay, my lord. The issue is that they had applied for a petrol pump. He was to give a piece of land also. The piece of land was not submitted by them. As such, he was put in category 3. They were called upon to give the exact particulars of the land which was to be given. But the lease deed which was given was after the application which was moved, and lordship, the land which was not on the given location. So we've asked them number of times, no response. I said they have filed this writ petition saying that they have taken a report from the Patwari which says that it is on the spot where we exactly want the location, but it is not true. We are not even inclined, lordship. That is because after it is.
Take a statement.
I'll get those written instructions. Lordship, I have it after saying. Yeah, Monday. Highly realized. Because we are not inclined to now take it.
Learned counsel for the respondent to evidence whether the respondent intends to open a petrol pump at the location in issue.
Great.
Shri Sharma. ठीक है सर.
I challenge this order Annex P1, Your Lordship, but the reply Annex P1 and P12. No. Reply is still awaited of the respondents.
This after 6 weeks, in the meanwhile, pleadings become. Yes, Mr. Sharma informed you that the pleadings are not. Wait for this after 6 weeks, in the meanwhile, pleadings become. Yes, sir. Yes. So when this case was listed on 27 August, after also none has put in the payments for the petition. So everything has become ineffective. Learned additional will be submitted. In the light of the prayers made in otherwise become infected. Be that as it dismissed for non-purpose. ठीक है सर? देना भाई लोग. Yes sir. Yes please. Shri CD lady. Yes क्या है अपना?
लैंड एक्विजिशन का है जी, ये 87 to 93 पुल बना था जी, वैली ब्रिज पुल. तो ये क्लेमिंग की भी उस टाइम एक्विजिशन होनी चाहिए थी, उसमें नहीं हुई है.
Take it tomorrow. 4 weeks. None for the petition.
Yes, sir. Also, in the present case, in terms of the last order, I have placed on record the response to the supplementary affidavit. And also in the present case, Mr. Nabale is representing the indemnity. In the present case, the writ was filed before this on court, and the same was disposed of in terms of the judgment passed by the Honorable Supreme Court. And the relevant would be at page 5 and page 22. Para 5. All the petitions in these petitions have exercised their option after 1/9/2014.
respondent?
Nableshwar, my lordship.
Bit pass.
Here, your lordship, now so far the pension is concerned, lordship, they have almost also corrected it, your lordship. Now only the grievance is this, your lordship, that the amount, your lordship, which they have taken back, your lordship, they have charged the interest on that, your lordship. I say, your lordship, that with respect to the area of pension, your lordship, I'm also entitled to the interest. Yes, sir. This is the only now dispute. So far, another party is concerned, there is a minor difference, your lordship.
Yes, Pradesh?
My lord, can I seek an indulgence in this? My lord, may have it after 2 weeks, right?
नहीं जी
नहीं वो तो
आप चालू है तो हम भी कर लूंगा, बताओ है क्या इशू क्या?
लॉर्डशिप
नहीं मैंने पढ़ा नहीं आज
ये प्रॉब्लम हो गई लॉर्डशिप दिस इज
इसको
बोलिए मंडे को आ जाओ, मंडे indulgence being shown to you Monday. मंगलवार next week.
ये बोलते that because this question was very important.
हाँ.
So because I appeared only on the date and the notice.
हाँ.
But thereafter I today also I have not prepared.
Tuesday,
and I persuaded, not only persuaded the court, the bench agreed on the then the court.
Tuesday. Yes, sir. Balakram. Yes, please.
I'm appearing for number 5. This matter
आप किसके लिए बोल रहे हो? Who is to appear for number 5? Huh? Mr. Pranjal. What's your good name? Mr. Subhash Sharma has to appear. Submits that Shri Subhash Sharma, the senior counsel, has to appear for respondent number 5 is unwell. तो कब लेना है? तो इसमें तो इंस्ट्रक्शन दे रही थी क्या? आपकी क्या इंस्ट्रक्शन है? Why are you getting it adjourned? इसमें तो कुछ भी नहीं है पिटिशन में. तब who is unwell? Senior counsel is. When do you want it? Monday बोलवा दो. नवलेश आपके में क्या है? हाँ जी. हम ये तो सोचते हैं अगर सीनियर जूनियर फाइल बेचारे ला पाते, एक अब से प्रथा चली. दो क्यों ही रखते आप मुझे? हम तो 3 रखते थे, मुझी के पास भी एक एक्स्ट्रा होता था. छुट्टी के बाद आफ्टर 3 weeks. देखते हैं उसके बाद अभी कुछ पता नहीं. यस सर, अजय शर्मा है क्या? केस क्या है? बाद में देखेंगे. अब यस प्लीज. हाँ हाँ this is for final hearing. Then we'll have to wait. We don't know what the roasters will be like. It's a small point. बताओ. Why should I burden myself? That is the main issue. We are forcing your lordship's hands. But the point is very simple. First, I just want to know, there was objection taken that earlier there was a petition was withdrawn. Firstly, facts different, impugned, documents different, parties also actually different, not an issue. In any case, we had approached, they had come back with an unreasonable result. Therefore, we are in your lordship's hands. That is what we are before the court for. The main point, your lordship, is this is a sports matter where we are one association, they are another ostensibly an association, and they are ostensibly recognized. The issue, my lord, if I may ask your lordship to come straight to the main page, because actually on merits this is a very simple. Page 281 of the lordship's file. This I am reading from the National Sports Code. It starts at 239. I'm taking your lordship. let us adjourn it by 2 or 3 weeks. Assuming I have the roster, I hear it. If I don't have the roster, then why there is no fun hearing you and no person, no.
One or two small requests, perhaps for my convenience only. Your lordship is also Monday. Would your lordships have it either on a Monday or allow me to come online?
You can always join now. They are hybrid.
If your lordships will permit you, we are online.
We listed on 7th of July, it's a Monday.
I'm very grateful to
Monday.
possible.
Next.
It will always be a pleasure to be before your lordship.
Let us see what happens.
Please.
Nilkamal Sharma. Yes, Shimla Auto Zone. Yes, Pradesh ji. तो रिप्लाई नहीं फाइल किया केस क्या सर आपका स्टेट कमीशन के ऑर्डर में नेशनल कमीशन के ऑर्डर में वेयर इज द ऑर्डर ऑफ द नेशनल कमीशन पेज 180 182
In this case, what had happened that the revision petition was filed by 52 days. And the delay was controlled without issuing any notice to anyone. That is what I mean.
Okay, where is that part of the order in terms whereof the delay has been condoned?
In this, there's no mention of delay. But can we have an actual speed and work? Before that final review petition at page 216.
Yes.
This is the order, 20 of July 2020, this is order. Order number so has been filed by comment number, the review actually done against the order dated P7, which is passed by the commission is asked to also for the order. We have to be both through the review application as well as the review order dated P7 2020, which was passed after giving the party that they to examine the work. We do not find any error current we have to not pass, which would warrant testing the matter according to the review application. The next page one. As we have to come consideration regarding delay in filing the revision petition, which according to the review applicant is 435 days, but is 352 days, as per the petition made by the
आपने वो आपको जिम्मी ऑर्डर्स जाओ तो जाओ ना जो पहले लड़ने चाहिए थे वो देव आप पिटीशन आज कोई नहीं इस साइड से फायदा उठाना तो मैंने अलाउ कर देनी चाहिए आप लोग आधा काम करते हैं ना सर you see and who has show me the order again please. Please show me the order of supervision.
Order of supervision
186 182.
Because there is quality asset that this regard there is a mention in this election PS, which is the order getting.
It's a very simple thing. आपको वो order दिखाना चाहिए था ना. If the application under section 5 was allowed without hearing you, I would have allowed it right here. Please करके हो क्या जाना? गड्डी तो चली गई अब रेलवे स्टेशन से. इसमें लिखो आप despite repeated calls, none for respondent number 1. Proceeding is tax party. Let us see the order of review once again. दिखाइए ना review का. Please read it. Please read it. Please read it.
Therefore, as regards the contention regarding delay in filing the revision petition, which according to the review applicant is 435 days, but is 352 days as per the calculations made by the minister. The condemnation of delay was allowed by hearing the matter on 3/7/2022. After considering the reasons stated in the application condemnation bill, although it is not specifically mentioned in the said order, dated 3/7/2022. For the 23 order, you have page 182.
और कोई सेपरेट ऑर्डर भी नहीं है. There is no separate order also condoning the delay. लिखो सर इसमें. By way of this writ petition, the petitioner has prayed for the following things. The petitioner was the respondent in a complaint filed under Section 12 of the Consumer Protection Act by complainant Sunil Kumar, who is respondent number 1 in this petition. The complaint was allowed by the पहले कोर्ट ने अलाउ की थी, बताओ ऑर्डर में. The complaint was allowed by the Learned District Redressal Consumer Disputes Forum in terms of decision dated 9/8/2018, annexure P3. Feeling aggrieved, the petitioner assailed the order passed by the District Consumer Forum before the Learned State Commission. ठीक है, अब उनका ऑर्डर क्या है? In terms of the order passed by the State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission dated 26/11/2019, annexure P5, the appeal of the present petitioner was partly allowed. The order was passed by the HP State Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission on 26/11/2019. This order was challenged by complainant before the just 1 minute. ये नेशनल कमीशन को हेड कौन करता है? कौन होता है? Supreme Court. Don't worry. Before the Honorable National Consumer Dispute Redressal, इसे learned और honorable के लिए पूछा रहा था. Honorable National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission by way of revision petition. The revision petition was allowed by the Honorable National Consumer by the Honorable National Commission in terms of annexure P8. Honorable Learned. In terms of annexure P8 dated. Order कैसे है इसका? डेट क्या है इसकी? 3/7 थी है ना? 3/7/2023. A review was preferred against the order, which was also dismissed by the Learned National Consumer Commission with a order dated 20th of September 2022 P10. Hence this petition. Learned counsel for the petitioner has primarily argued that the order passed by the Learned National Commission is not sustainable in the eyes of law for the reason that as the revision petition preferred before the Learned National Commission was time barred, it was incumbent upon the Learned National Commission to have had heard the parties on the issue of condonation of delay. However, rather than doing so, the impugned orders were passed. Learned counsel for the petitioner has submitted that a perusal of the order annexure annexure P8 demonstrates that there is no whisper in this order with regard to the application file with regard to the application that was filed by respondent Sunil Kumar praying for condonation of delay in filing the revision petition. And when this issue was specifically raised again in the review petition, it has been answered by the Learned National Commission in terms of annexure P10 by observing that as regards the contention regarding delay in filing of the revision petition, the delay was of 352 days as per the calculation of the registry, and the same was allowed while hearing the matter on 3/7/2023 after considering the reasons stated in the application, though it is not specifically mentioned in the order dated 3/7/2003. Learned Counsel has submitted that neither the main order passed on 3/7/2023 contains any mention of this application, nor there is any other separate order passed in this. Accordingly, he submits that as the learned National Commission has erred in allowing the revision without first giving an opportunity, without first deciding on the application filed for condonation of delay. The impugned order is valid. Having heard learned counsel for the petitioner and having perused the documents appended with the petition, this court is of the considered view that there is merit in the contention of the petition. When the revision petition preferred before the Learned National Commission was time barred, it was incumbent upon the Learned National Commission to first have had decided on the application filed under Section 5 of the Limitation Act. Full stop. Until and unless said application was decided, and that too favorably in favor of the applicant before the Learned National Commission, technically speaking, there was no revision in the eyes of law before the Learned National Commission. Herein it is to be taken note of that the delay, even as per the Learned National Commission, was of 352 days, which is not a small delay. In such circumstances, onus was upon the revision petitioner to have had satisfied the Learned National Commission as to why he did not approach the Learned National Commission either within the period of limitation or within some reasonable time. Not only this, the present petitioner had a right to assail any order passed on the application filed under Section 5 itself independently if order adverse to the interest of the present petitioner was passed, they had been passed by the Learned National. However, herein, strangely, no order whatsoever appears to have been passed by the Learned National Commission on the application filed under Section 5. And what is observed cursory, in a very cursory manner in the order, in the review order is that the application was considered and delay was condoned, though it does not specifically find mention in the order. Passed on 3/7/2023. This court would like to make an observation that there is nothing like an application being considered and being allowed until and unless it is so expressly stated by way of an order. The order can be a detailed one or a short one, but there has to be an order dealing with an application either way. In the absence of there being any adjudication in black and white on the application filed under Section 5 of the Limitation Act, the orders passed by the Learned National Commission, Annexure P8 and Annexure P10, are perverse and not sustainable in the eyes of law. Accordingly, this writ petition is allowed. Annexure P8 and P10 are quashed and set aside, and the matter is remanded back to the Learned National Commission with the direction that the application filed under Section 5 of the Limitation Act be heard imminently in accordance with law by adhering to the principles of natural justice, and thereafter the National Commission will proceed with the matter. बस thereafter नहीं करना या इसको ये भी क्यों करें, इसको ऐसे डिसमिस कर देते हैं, मतलब रिमांड भी नहीं करना, उसको तकलीफ होगी और डीबी में जाएगा, वहां से रिमांड कराएगा या कर दे, दोस्त है मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा है कि किसी का राइट नहीं हुआ है ना, यही बोलेगा ना कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा सिंगल मारना चाहिए था, फिर उतनी लिबर्टी मिल जाएगी क्या करना जल्दी बताओ डिमांड कर दिया क्या मुझे लगा था ये राइट की बात नहीं, मैं जान एनीवेज ऐसे लिखना, फ्रेश नोटिसेस बाय विल बी इशूड बाय द लर्नड नेशनल कमीशन टू द पार्टीज फॉर अपीयरेंस बिफोर. Yes, please. Yes, Susa. Okay. Learned senior counsel for the petitioner submitted in the light of the controversy involved in the. एक सर इसमें prayer क्या आपकी?
हो चुके हैं 4 मैटर्स थे ये शायद केस में
इसमें ना सिर्फ एक इशू है, जरा देना मोटर व्हीकल एक्ट, मोटर व्हीकल सेक्शन 89 है सर की क्या है? लेट अस प्लीज रीड इट. Just read. Any person agreed by the refusal of the state to grant a permit. Here you are agreed by the refusal. Refusal है तो फिर ठीक, फिर सर यही होगा. Because until unless there is an order नहीं जा सकेंगे, फिर हाई कोर्ट को एंट्री करना. In some cases मैं कर रहा था, पर उन्होंने कहा कि आप एक्ट पढ़ो, तो एक्ट में वो अगर ऑर्डर नहीं है तो फिर हाई कोर्ट ही रहेगा. Now we dispute.
21st of June because other matters are fixed on
Ashish Patel. Yes, please. है क्या? What is the matter? सही वो वाला है, मदर वाला. What is? आप किसके लिए प्रभार साहब?
As far as our role is concerned, that what the evidence of petition has to be.
Okay, this application is disposed of by taking the documents appended there with on. अब बताओ.
As far as my
don't worry.
That time when we applied, tax has been passed resulting in the next session. And lot of all applications are completed. He was not having at that time all the questions told that and nobody issued this.
Don't worry, don't worry. हाँ हाँ बताओ ना, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ आपको, बताओ केस कनेक्शन रिजेक्शन का इनकी रिजेक्शन का है. हाँ
Next year, page 20.
Yes, let us see that. हाँ please do.
The present order shall kindly dispose of the application for issuance of one Himachal ID application card direct to the district court enforcing the report of the body Chatu and Pradhan Gram Panchayat Chatu. This application was filed by the applicant in compliance to the order release, which was passed by the previous application. While which the undersigned was directly disposed of the application, mentioned the scope of the filing thereof. The application in the application has claimed that he has been permanent home in the Himachal Pradesh, but living outside SP on account of his occupation.
हाँ आती है मेरे को इतनी इंग्लिश, पढ़ो आगे तो.
The request uploaded by the applicant was checked and the annexure live report of Patwari and Pradhan Gram Panchayat exam. The report of Pradhan is being self-contradictory. The refusal of the report issued by the Pradhan manifested that the Pradhan himself was not aware of the fact as how too long applicant was staying in the address matter sutra. The plain reading of the report mentioned due in the petition, one of the applicant was living in the address mentioned about the last 18 years, and other he was living there after that of his mother.
हाँ तब पढ़ते जाओ, आप अपना कंटिन्यू करो.
However, the report of Patwari Sarkar Chatu clearly mentioned that applicant had been living with his parents where his mother was married to a person belonging to other state. The report further demonstrates that the applicant has completed his studies up to 12th class in Delhi and he does not fulfill
जो लेटेस्ट इंस्ट्रक्शंस है ना प्रिवेल कर रही कि who will be a bona fide हिमाचली, वो कौन सी? अब वो बताइए ना कौन सी? Which is the latest in vogue? आपने सारी लगाई हुई है ना, आज की डेट में कौन सी वाली फोर्स में है, मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ।
Page number 7.
हाँ please.
It has been decided by the government of institution of the letter dated 1/8/2009 that the certificate of bona fide Himachal shall be issued by the concerned resolution officer, on the basis of the certificate issued by the respective Pradhan of Gram Panchayat, Patwari, President of Municipal Committee, and the notified area.
अब आ जाओ पेज 11 पे आओ आप, पेज 11 पे पढ़ो, पेज 11 ऑफ योर एफिडेविट। हाँ इन सुपर सेक्शन हाँ
Department letter number 1811 and 3709 on the step above. I am directed to say that the reconsideration of the matter is how now being decided by the government that henceforth the certificate shall be issued by the authority already specified that is the original of the Sridhar or on the basis of certificate issued by the respective Pradhan of Gram Panchayat, Patwari, President of Municipal Committee, and notified area committee, executive officer, councillor, and municipal corporation person considered it. Having a permanent home in Himachal Pradesh, residing in HP for 20 years, having his permanent home in HP but living outside on account of his occupation. All second, all other conditions of Gram of bona fide Himachal shall be made. In my case also, I have they have issued one and they have issued the IAS certificate. That is a requisite condition to apply for the bona fide Himachal.
1 अगस्त 2009 की कहां है चिट्ठी? 1 अगस्त 2009 हाँ ओके पेज 31 प्लीज रीड इट। For issuing
from 20.
आपके जो आपने अभी इंस्ट्रक्शंस लगाई है ना रिकॉर्ड पे, लेटेस्ट कौन सी इंस्ट्रक्शन है जो गवर्न कर रही है फील्ड को, क्योंकि बार बार ये इंस्ट्रक्शंस में चेंज होती रहती है। which is आप लाओ जरा, which is the latest instruction which is governing the grant of domicile certificate? 19 है वो है आपके पास, कहाँ पे है? यही वाली जो है, हाँ तो इससे पुरानी वाली सारी खत्म होगी फिर इसका मतलब है ना सर, इनसे मंगाते हैं, आप लेकर आओ, स्टेट लेकर आओ। Heard for some time, learned additional journal is directed to inform the court as to which are the latest guidelines, stroke instructions in vogue, governing the issuance of bona fide Himachali certificate. That needful be done on the, by the next date, Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Yes, Mr. Chaudhary. Yes, please. इसमें था ये कह रहे थे कि बाउंड्री पे ले जाओ अपना कि हम अपना लैंड भी यूज कर सकें।
Already dealt by the Honorable Human Rights Commission earlier also.
दिखाओ जरा।
They have done. I will see page 36.
From 37, Your Lordship.
Okay, please read it.
The son
हाँ
filed that.
कोई बात नहीं बताओ मैं क्या
But on the opposite party has filed a false.
मैम इसमें 37 पे है नहीं किसके साथ है?
Reply का.
आपके रिप्लाई का यस
But on the opposite party filed responses stated claiming that Himachal area and his two sons, namely Ashish Kumar and Naimish Kumar, all residents of village and post office of Kokoda, Tehsil County, Congress, started construction of building under 3 Zaki line in July 2021. It is further stated that notice was issued for the electricity rules 1956. This further stated that self-attested affidavit dated 4/9/21 was also received from brother of complainant to shift the 3 Zaki line. It is further stated that there are.
पर ये ना इसमें रिफ्यूज किया है ह्यूमन राइट कमीशन ने रिफ्यूज किया है ये हमारी जुरिस्डिक्शन नहीं है
But you not may appreciate that they are time and again doing construction defines the electricity rules. Your Lordship.
No, what do the electricity rules say?
And the answer has written that
इसमें मेरे को एक चीज ये बताओ if the line is passing through the land of your son हाँ ये आप पढ़ो प्लीज नहीं नहीं just one minute. You see, ऐसा है, at the end of the day, it is a very simple case. There is a line, XT line है ये, LT है lower, XT का जो LT line है, आप इनकी लैंड के ऊपर से ले जा रहे हैं, कि कह रहे ले जानी है तो किनारे से ले जाओ मैं यूज कर लूँ, what is the problem?
there is no space for putting a pole there.
So then how can you वहाँ से ले जाओ जरा बाउंड्री से ले जा दो पिछले वहाँ पे पोल क्यों लग सकता जब बिजली
Height
है
is required, Your Lordship. There is an interest to other houses of the village.
ये तो
It
फिर
is going to all.
then how can the court या फिर आप टेलीग्राफ एक्ट में कौन क्योंकि पर प्रॉब्लम है टेलीग्राफ एक्ट इट इज अ ड्रैकोनियन लॉ ऑफ दिस आप इनकी जमीनें बर्बाद कर दो आप ही में कर रहा हूँ
It is prior to 1992. This was laid down. And then now, as per electricity rule, they have to provide the way the.
क्या
आदमी और जब तक ये घर आया तब तक ये लाइन मिस गई थी इसका घर ही रिवर पैर पौड़ी कर दिया गया अब वो जमीन तो है डेढ़ भी है अब इस डेढ़ भी
आप ऐसे करो इसको पर्सनली उनको बोलो एक्सप्लोर करो कोई पॉसिबिलिटी है ठीक है इफ वी कैन असिस्ट देम हम ऐसे ही है फौजियों के गुणगान हम ऐसे ही करते हैं देखा जाए तो
It is for other villager also to
Ma'am,
keep the
you see,
boundaries.
yes, that I
But it is trying.
I understand. Come out with a formula. I'm not, court is not suggesting कि आप एक को बसाने के चक्कर में 10 उजाड़ दो लेकिन अगर ये भी बच सकता है किसी तरह से please do something. इसमें लिखना heard for some time learned senior counsel for the board without any prejudice to the contentions raised in the response by the responding board is requested to personally matter as to ensure as to whether the grievance of the petitioner can be redressed. She prays for 3 weeks time, granted list on dash. June can adjustment. अगर देखना तो कुछ हो सकता है. These are more humane issues rather than legal. Law में तो telegraph act है तो है.
Difficulty is that the height is.
Yeah, I understand. Yes, Sumit. Okay, learned Deputy Solicitor General submits that some more time be granted to produce. Based on that, the court will produce on this. July. George. महेश ठाकुर, नरेंद्र कुमार, ये क्या है सर? Reply rejoinders 1 to 5 on record. No reply intended. Pleadings are complete. है जी? फिर ये लगेगा after 4 weeks. आगे छुट्टियों के बाद. This for consideration after 4 weeks. Intend to continue. पता नहीं सर वो. Intend to continue बोल. Mr. Yes. ये कैसे? Okay. Yes, ma'am. His wife is in hospital. Ma'am, said the general counsel is not available due to some personal reason. Available. Ma'am, we are listing it on next Wednesday. कृष्णी देवी, आपने रिजॉइंडर फाइल कर दिया? रिजॉइंडर स्टेटेड हैव बीन फाइल्ड, रजिस्टर्ड टू प्लेस द सेम ऑन रिकॉर्ड. वरुण राणा, कृष्णा देवी. Yes, Varun, reply filed 4 to 8. You want to file rejoinder or what? क्या केस? हाँ. And then instrument of partition was also mode of partition. No challenge was laid to both instrument of partition. Okay, फिर then I filed an application for the execution of the partition also. And so that I was given possession. I was delivered possession of. Okay. All the parties, including respondents, were delivered to possession of the respective. इसको बाद में देखेंगे. Reply filed by respondent 4 to 8 rejoinder there to fill within 4. Why I requested earlier that this matter may be taken. Stay का क्या कहते हैं? Stay में क्या है? For possession is based upon. He has already on civil matter. He has already had some possession. हाँ. तो वहाँ पे ले लो ना stay. वहाँ पे stay दिया था जी पहले मुझे. फिर उन्होंने dismiss कर दिया. Then I have to file a. तो वहाँ पे you have your remedy under order 13 and rule 3. Lordship, I see that here the degree of the order 13 and 2A, sorry, हाँ. Mode of partition as well as instrument of partition. But you see, we'll see बाद में देखेंगे. तो उसमें सिविल सूट में लो ना सर, जहाँ पे आप लड़ रहे हैं वहाँ पे. इस ऑर्डर में बोला क्या हुआ? रिवीजन किसने फाइल की? Your revision has been allowed. Revision आपने allowed की है. तो ठीक है, तब तक इस पे एक्ट नहीं करें. हाँ. वो तो मेरिट पे. मैं सोचता इस केस में जजमेंट. इस केस में जजमेंट. इस पर्टिकुलर केस में. इंट्रा दी पार्टीज. इशू में तो बाद में देख लेंगे ना. तो इंटरव्यू लेने तो इसने भी तो फीस लेनी है अपनी. till the next date of hearing, status को भी maintained for the nature and possession of the. That is already there, not. नहीं, इन्होंने execute करके क्या करना उसका? हाँ तो फिर execute. हाँ. सर सूट थोड़ी भी मैं स्टे करूंगा. Why should I? Sir, I'm directing the parties to maintain. तो इसने ऑर्डर क्या किया हुआ है? फिर कोई ऑर्डर नहीं करो. Then no order. Swans out. Don't worry, we'll see afterwards. Balkrishna Sharma. Yes, Suraj. No order. Yes, sir. Seeking permission to file short reply. Reply filed by 4 ने कर दिया. आपने फाइल कर दिया reply. Readings are complete now. We'll list it for consideration of approval. That will continue, sir. No, we are record. Now rosters will be changing. We don't know what the rosters will be. नहीं देखेंगे. Stay क्या है? आपका बिल हाँ.
Passing of the award also and repression. And for one position, they have also issued press notification. They are issuing orders. So what should I pass the order?
जुलाई में लगा दो. जुलाई में डेट चाहिए तो जुलाई में लगा देंगे. जून. जुलाई की फर्स्ट वीक में लो. जुलाई की फर्स्ट. हाँ देखो सेकंड जुलाई में.
Earlier also, the lordship had passed the order.
हाँ.
So your lordship's order was interpreted by the honorable.
हाँ हाँ.
When the order was restricted only to the petitioner.
हाँ.
Now they were not the petitioner, they are asking for the relief.
But you didn't challenge the. You did not
No,
challenge.
that was not required.
हाँ.
That was not required to be challenged any further.
हाँ.
Because that challenge was to be made by the state government.
अच्छा they were the affected party.
They were the affected party because the acquisition is at the instance of the state government, not by the responsible.
None for yes, micro. Pardon? Interim to continue. Yes. When the case was listed on 28/2025, the following order was passed. Today also none has put in appearance on behalf of this petitioner. On behalf of the petitioner. Next. Had a case here.
My case is that the permission itself is accorded to me. On basis of some complaint, it has been.
Okay, reply not filed. One more opportunity of 4 weeks granted. This thereafter. Interim to continue, sir. 3 weeks.
Our sanction plan has been put in a.
3 weeks more time granted. List on dash interim to continue. Actual litigation. Mr. Sanjay Jaswal, pharmaceutical, Bharat Pharmaceutical. Yes, Mr. Investment.
In fact, the rest of the section is obvious.
Where is Mr. Jaswal? When will he come back? Huh? We'll keep it on next Tuesday. Whatever after bonus then bolo. Next Tuesday. Huh? Is learned AG has handed over a copy of instructions which are taken on record to enable learned counsel for the future to go through the same list of Tuesday as well. Chirigat Rupesh Kumar. Yes, please. 5 to 10 के लिए 5 से 10 के लिए has put in appearance on behalf of response 5 to 10. His praise for is granted 4 weeks time to file reply, as well as Lokara. This there. कितना बचे? Rejoinder filed. No such application has been filed. आपने की आपने कर दी है.
And reason given is that these rules are not published. With respect to that, also I just draw my own attention because publishing a rule.
इसको रिकॉर्ड पे ले लेते हैं सर ऑर्डर को. मैंने नहीं सुनने केसेस में आपको फ्रैंकली बता रहा हूँ. 15-20 दिन मैंने नहीं सुनी और मैंने नहीं सुनने जब तक रोस्टर सेटल नहीं हो जाता ना. फाइनल हेयरिंग में कर. You file a response to this order. है ना, file a response. हाँ, इसमें ऐसे करना. What I'll do is I'll direct them to place it on record by way of an affidavit. ताकि इसको रिकॉर्ड का पार्ट बना दें. वो तो बतेरे हैं करने वाले. Let it become a part of the record. ताकि आप इसको फिर then we will put it also in the. इसमें ऐसे लिखना, the senior counsel for the petitioner submits that as per order dated 1/5/2025, an application was filed by the petitioner, but now the petitioner stands informed that his application has been rejected. Learned additional advocate general submits that the application has been rejected with the order dated 23rd May 20. Taking into consideration the fact that this order has been passed by the in the light of the directions passed by the school, respondent, the learned page is directed to place the order on record by way of an list on that. In the meanwhile, the petitioner shall be at liberty to file a response to the order. Date दे दो, अगर मेरे पास बनेगी I'll definitely decide. एक छुट्टियां नहीं सर, छुट्टियों के बाद 20 के बाद नहीं सर, मैंने नहीं सुने ना, मेरे पास मेरी अपनी मजबूरियां हैं। नहीं 17 उसमें 20 के बाद दूसरे नेक्स्ट उसमें 23 वाले वीक में जो डेट आप बोलो मुझे 23 को ही दे दो मंडे। शर्मा पंडित जी स्कूल मैनेजमेंट ये कौन सा है? अच्छा ये संधू वाला। ओके। किसको भेजा आपने सर?
Secretary Education. Director has sent it. Because earlier there was a section. Later that section was diverted to some other works. So again that additional activity is already sanctioned is solved. But within 2 weeks I will try my good office.
ठीक है, अब तो 1,47,00,000 दे रहे हैं आपको। Learned advocate general apprises the court on the basis of instructions received on the basis of communication addressed by Director School Education HP to Secretary Education to the Government of HP dated 24th May 2025 that the authority concerned has approached the Secretary with the request to provide the additionality along with expenditure sanction to the tune of rupees 1,47 lakh for the school in issue. ठीक है? Learned advocate general submits that in the backdrop of this development, that the case be taken up for consideration after 3 years, so that in the interim endeavor can be made to do the needful. Endeavor is made to do the needful. This or dash. Development that takes place in between the informed communication. Yes, please. Reply not filed. Shri R.S. Shima. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Shima is awaiting on time. I have been told that proceeding of the court is audible to the other side.
It's not audible. That's very good. Yes, the reply has not been filed.
A reply has been filed on behalf of R3. R4 is still pending. If the Honorable Court just see the order till the 10th of April, it was specifically observed by this Honorable Court that if for any reason the proceedings are not being heard today, our request for interim would be considered. Mr. Chima has not come physically
today because respondent number 3 specifically said that they want only few days concession from the Honorable Court. We only requesting for any date suitable to the Honorable Court's bench next week.
My Lord, I joined the request, my Lord. In fact, the request was from the other side.
Yes, Mr.
My Lord, may have it, my Lord, next week, any date.
Just give me half a minute. एक ने reply file कर दिया. Ma'am, respondent number 1 is filed.
1 and 2, they filed joint reply.
1 and 2. 3 has not filed.
3 has filed.
3 has also filed.
He has filed. 4 has, the CBI has not filed.
4 is filed for something.
4 has not, they have R3, Punjab, as special task force R3. They have filed the reply, but they were not in the position to address the argument today because the council had to come from Chandigarh. That's why Mr. Chima didn't come.
I'm local counsel for R3. I'm local counsel for R3.
Who will be arguing the case of the
Advocate Ferris will be arguing. She's online.
So, your senior counsel for the petitioner submits that the case will be up on Wednesday, next Wednesday. So we'll fix it for
next Wednesday.
Wednesday, sir.
4th of June.
Any date next week, my Lord.
4th of June. If it can be 3rd of June, Tuesday, it will be grateful. Otherwise, 4th is also fine with us.
Grateful, my lord. Grateful. Whatever day.
We have it on third. अगर सुनना होगा तो third को सुन लेंगे.
Absolutely.
उसके बाद वहाँ पर भी time नहीं है.
Is-
We are closing.
Absolutely. Third is fine. Tuesday, next Tuesday.
So grateful, my lord. Obliged.
So लिखना list on third of June to consider the contention of the petitioner for the grant of interest. In the meanwhile, rejoinder to the replies if any be also.
We will do that. We will do that. Extremely grateful to the Honorable Court. Extremely grateful.
Please, Lordship, in this one of the matter in item number 44, I'm sitting in the morning, one Lordship, and the connection was not able to connect in Manav. This is the only issue.
उसका position क्या है? Readings are complete or not?
Manoj, in that respondent number 3 has to file the reply. Respondent number 3 has not the file reply. That is substantial reply.
Don't worry. List after 4 weeks. In the meanwhile, list after 6 weeks. In the meanwhile, readings be completed. ठीक है?
Please notice.
Okay, no problem.
Please, I liberate.
My lord, in this case, I am waiting for respondent 5 to 11, 13 and 14. My lord, there are some other respondents, my lord, they have sent the power to me from 16 to 21.
आप लिख के दे दो.
That was not received by me. Within 2 days, that.
नहीं, आप ये बता दो आप किस के लिए क्लियर हो रहे हैं उनके लिए आपकी प्रेजेंस करा.
जनाब अभी तो 5 to 11 and 13, 14 and 16 to 21.
ऐसा है ना? As per the report of the registry, 5 to 13, 14 के लिए आप आ रहे हैं ना?
जी जी.
सारे सर्व हो चुके हैं. जिसके लिए आप हाजिरी लगाएंगे चाहे वकालतनामा है या नहीं है, that's a separate issue. Say that you have instructions, we'll mark your presence. बाकी एक्स पार्टी हो जाएंगे.
My lord, then 5 to 11, 13, 14 and 16 to 21.
12 और 15 एक्स पार्टी. ठीक है जी. Now reply.
And reply is also filed in the registry, my lord.
इसकी तरफ से.
Yesterday, my lord. On the behalf of respondent number 5 to 13 and 14.
आप लोग की तरफ से
पूछ लेते हैं जी उनको if they have not any other different objection, then
replies should be not given. Return the date within 4 weeks is there.
Grateful.
Intend to continue. Meanwhile, other respondents, if they so desire, they may also file response.
Grateful.
deeply obliged.
What is this? My lord, reply was still awaited. ये नोटिस नहीं लिया हुआ इसने ना. केस क्या है सर? My lord, it is a case. ये petitioner गरीब लेडी एक टेम्पल कॉम्प्लेक्स में बाहर ना इसने ना नोटिस नहीं लिया हुआ है उनकी ग्राउंड की ये नहीं है पता. लाभ चला तो आपको सर्व कराना पड़ेगा फिर से. दस्ती कर देंगे. बट ये कह रहा है कि कोई और आ गया हुआ है. न्यू कमेटी हैज बीन फॉर्म्ड. वो मैं वेरीफाई कर लेता हूँ, नाम देता हूँ अभी. और as per the report of the registry, respondent number 4 has refused to accept the notice of ground that he is no more the president of the committee and a new committee has been formed. On the request of Mr. Chaudhary, a week's time is लेखराव चौधरी न्यू. आपको ना वो वन टाइम आपको करना पड़ेगा. इसमें भी अमेंडमेंट या जो भी करना है. ठीक है. On the request of Mr. Chaudhary, 1 week's time is granted to the petitioner to take steps for the service of respondent number 4 through the president, through the current incumbent of the office of the president. ठीक है? दस्तीकरण या ऐसे लिखो. Mr. R. L. Chaudhary submits that the petitioner be allowed to serve respondent number 4 Dasti, but with liberty to file a fresh memo of parties depicting therein the details of the present incumbent of the president of respondent number 4, and with liberty to file the process for the also in the name of the president. Petitioner is granted the liberty as creator. Let Dasti notice be issued to the president of the be issued to respondent number 4 through its present president, returnable for that. Steps by tomorrow. Notices be handed over by day after tomorrow. In the meanwhile, amended number parties be also. In the meanwhile, state also file reply. आपने कर देना बाद में.
Your Lordship, the present petitioner is a member of Hamid Cooperative Society, and the respondent number 5 is obstructing and not allowing them to ply vehicles. Your Lordship,
My lord, I am appealing for respondent number 5. This Himalayan truck operator. Number 5. This has put in appearance on behalf of number 5. How much time? My lord, 4 weeks time. 4 weeks time is granted to file reply. This thereafter interim to continue.
grateful, Your Lordship.
Yes, please. Sushant Sharma. Reply filed. What is the matter, ma'am?
Lordship, is the matter whereby they have been ousted from playing badminton, the advanced studies institute.
Some time may be granted to file it.
Maintainable कैसे है?
Maintainable.
Who are you?
Malad, who I am is the fact is once you take in a monetary consideration, which they have,
Return it back to me.
they said they have returned. I have not cashed it.
Returned, Lordship.
See, ऐसा है ना कल को let us take a case कि हाई कोर्ट में बैडमिंटन कोर्ट बन गया तो कोई बाहर के बंदे आ गए बैठ
नहीं ठीक है जी, but this just give me some time to file a short rejoinder. मतलब गवर्निंग काउंसिल का बोलते पहले बोलते सिक्योरिटी रीजन सारी दुनिया चली हुई नहीं करेक्ट मतलब
इग्रेस एग्रेस इनका है वो थोड़ी भी बात
मतलब they were next with the
मैं तब भी अलाउ कर देता हूं
हाँ जी
नेशनल स्पोर्ट है कौन सी वाली
वो टेनिस है जी यहाँ पर
हॉकी सॉरी मेरे को मैं हॉकी बोल रहा था गलती से कबड्डी हॉकी होता तब भी बात ये नहीं है
just give me a short time to file मतलब just kindly
who is the instructing counsel
आ रही है जी और ये
आप तो सीनियर काउंसलर हो
मतलब
who is the main instructing counsel
both of them
आप हो
नहीं जी
ये ओके मेरे एक सवाल का which is the country from where badminton originated बताओ ये पता तो क्या सारे इंडिया से India is the country from where आपको पता
नहीं I was taking a guess of I was no just a minute please 1 week
next Wednesday
please minute and I was taking a guess of China or Indonesia India please minute
subject to correction
and I've been instructed Malat, in a lighter way Malat, I have been strongly instructed to request
why are they traumatized yes please yes R5 who is appealing for R5 what is the case sir acha
the case is so far as the society is concerned it was erected on 26th of September 2020 as per the bylaws its tenure was to end in 2020
okay
4th of September 2020 there was an individual extension and the rules were amended and tenure was
what is your prayer in the petition
my prayer is administrator should be appointed and there are actually conducted
under the cooperative societies act
societies registration
societies registry they know the HP registered societies what do you say ma'am
Your Lordship, the Deputy Commissioner, Your Lordship, who is the additional registrar, he directed the Tehsildar to hold a general house meeting as to
which section sir
my lord may kindly have 52 my lord
52
52
15 to
51 of section 2 this speaks of
the governing body or of
term of governing body or its members so elected shall be as may be specified in the regulation but not exceeding 3. Now that 3 period is over on 24th of September 2020. Now this body is headless. There is no body in existence.
No, but where is the provision that in such like circumstance, what will be the alternative?
So that's not there. That's not there. Section 40 speaks about it. I'll say that as per subsection 3, C, 41. Supersession of a governing body. In this present case, supersession will not be required.
Because there is no governing body.
No governing body. He is otherwise not functioning properly. It's not
Just
functioning properly. All the office bearers are not there. There is no body in existence.
Who is the chief patron of this association?
And chief patron
Who is
will
the
not
chief
have
patron?
any existence. He is nominated by the society.
The earlier president is assistant is looking into it.
We have next a bylaw also. The bylaw may have the status of a chief patron. He is appointed by the chief patron. The management committee appoints the chief patron. Page 26, bylaw. My lord may kindly have file. Management committee is important. Management committee, my lord got it.
Yes.
Page 26, bylaw. The management committee of the association shall be constituted by the following: chief patron, president, vice president, general secretary, branch secretary, treasurer, and trust. The leader of chief patron, the management committee, main body, will nominate a chief patron amongst the ordinary members. We should have the member of the executive committee at least for one. Now, once the body goes, he cannot sustain it. He doesn't have any independent existence from the body. He has been nominated by a body whose tenure was 3 years. That tenure has come to an end. There will be no office there in the situation. My lord may kindly have a section 3(9) also. The letter issued by the first of all, my lord, the last portion. Keeping in this case, therefore keeping in law, as well as the final details in the I do as which IAS is the issue of the situation from my issue with the HP and in exercise of powers vested in me under section 41(1) of the Himachal Pradesh Societies Registration Act 2006. Do hereby authorize Tahsildar Manali to convene a meeting of general body of Manali Holding Association, Manali District for conducting the election in accordance with the bylaws of the association and the provisions of the legal act or the regulations of bylaws made thereunder within 2 months. In case members of Manali Holding Association,
इसके बाद क्या हुआ?
इसके बाद इस दूसरा लेटर आ गया। तहसीलदार को अपॉइंट कर दिया गया। तहसीलदार ने पता नहीं क्या क्या पॉलिसी लगाई, इसके बाद लोग कमेटी को सीखी। My lord may have page 50 my lord. And whereas not conducting the election of association in accordance with the bylaws and the provisions of the act or the regulations of bylaws made thereunder.
You see, it's a very precarious situation. The situation is that there is a society. The term of the management is over. The governing body of the term over. Elections have to be held. Fresh elections have to be held. Hold the elections. Deputy Commissioner, you hold the elections within 15 days. इसमें procedure दिया हुआ है कि how the elections are to be over.
Because it is provided in the statute that
इसमें लिखना the issue, ma'am has put in appearance on behalf of.
No, you remember can we doing this?
Just a minute. She submits that as the term of the president is over, she is appearing on the instructions received from the chief patron, who incidentally happens to be the gentleman who was earlier the president. Okay? Be that as it may. The issue involved in this writ petition is that the respondent society, that is that no elections are being held to elect the governing body of the respondent society after the term of the earlier governing body has come to an end on
24th of September 2024.
on 25/9/2023. A perusal of the documents appended with the writ petition demonstrate that Deputy Commissioner cum Additional Registrar of Societies Kulu, video order dated 2nd of April 2020, 8th of April 2025, had constituted a committee to examine the report of Tahsildar Manali, who was authorized by the Deputy Commissioner to convene a meeting of General Body of Manali Hotelier Association Manali. First off,
This court is of the considered view that as it is not much in dispute that the committee's term has ended on 25th of September 2023. Governing body or managing committee की चीज़ है 2023. It would be in the interest. It is indeed in the interest of the society itself that elections are held, and that too at the earliest. Obviously, for that purpose, some officer has to be appointed as an administrator to look after the functioning of the society and also to ensure that the elections are held in a free and fair manner as per the bylaws of the society. On the request of learned Additional Advocate General, the case is ordered to be listed on Friday to enable him to have instructions from Deputy Commissioner Kullu as to what all shall be done, the Deputy Commissioner, to ensure that needful in terms of this order is done at the earliest. Is done at the earliest. ठीक है सर? Yes, Mr. Gill. ये क्या सर?
Operation of medical shop was suspended by the assistant.
Okay.
And which is page.
किस एक्ट में किया हुआ है?
ये under BNS.
दिखाओ सर.
163.
दिखाओ सर. BNS भारतीय न्याय संहिता यहाँ 163. वन 163 है ये
163 BNS
भारतीय
न्याय संहिता
इसमें तो ये एक
नागरिक सुरक्षा संहिता सॉरी
हाँ
BNSS एक्सट्रीमली सॉरी BNSS
ओके ये CRPC है CRPC कोई बात नहीं जस्ट वेट फॉर 163 प्लीज रीड इट
In case there is an opinion of district magistrate, a sub-division magistrate, or any other executive magistrate, specially empowered.
मैंने ना आपका जो कल केस था ना 106 उसमें मैंने ये ऑब्जर्वेशन दिया that I am not commenting on the correctness of the grounds and you are at liberty to challenge it in the parliament. वो राइट आपका यूज अप नहीं किया मैंने है ना आप उसको चैलेंज करो उसको अगर आपको लगता है गलत है you challenge it. Yes, in case where in the opinion of district magistrate,
sub-division magistrate or any other executive magistrate, specially empowered by the state government, there is a sufficient ground for proceeding under protection and immediate prevention of speedy remedies level. Such magistrate may by written order stating the material facts of the case and serve in the manner provided by section 153 direct any person to abstain from a certain act or to take certain order with respect to certain property in his possession or under his management. If such magistrate consider that direction is likely to prevent or can prevent obstruction, annoyance or injury to any personal property or danger to human life, health or safety or disturbance or public tranquility or right or any offense. So this is a provision. But when this provision read with section 14 of the Excise Act, then there is a limitation. The limitation provides that no magistrate can pass order, but that has to be for 24 hours, not beyond that. Here, the order passed for indefinite period. So, first ground, I say on this account, this order is bad. And second, the interim order says there is a dispute with the relocation. I say, this is not in the purview of this SDM concern. And for that, excise department is responsible and he is liable for the further proceedings. And in case see case 34. 34 is the map. And this map is authorized by the every concerned department. And not only even verified by the excise officer. So in that situation, this order is bad on two counts.
No, but इसकी remedy 226 है.
Please note, because kindly have section 40 of Excise Act.
हाँ. Read it.
Please note, section 40, section power to close liquor vans. It says the financial commission shall prescribe the day on which any liquor shall remain closed for observation of the dry days approved by the state government or election commission of India.
Okay, चलो anyways we'll issue notice. मैं interim के लिए अगले हफ्ते रख रहा हूँ. Let them finalize. 4 दिन.
More than 25,000 daily murder revenue.
No,
I am facing.
हाँ. हाँ.
The liquor plant was allotted to Pili Road, Ambassador.
हाँ.
And it was installed on National Highway.
कोई बात नहीं, reply फाइल करो. Notice.
A short date murder.
Short date का ऐसे करना, फिर जून में ना 1 से 9 तक लेना.
No murder.
सबसे short date वही होती है, फिर तो 10, 11, 12 लंबी रहती है. इसमें लिखना है notice, accepts notice on behalf of the respondents. List on 4th of June. ठीक है, left hand, 4th of June. Response stroke instructions in the meanwhile. The prayer of the petitioner for the grant of income shall be considered on the next day.
इसमें 1.5 लाख सर्विस से ऊपर मर्डर आया.
तो ऐसी है ये.
Daily 25,000 murder revenue I have to pay. और ये verify किया कि excise official himself है.
तो बस सर. Hearing. Thank you. Yes.